Most recently in our adventure, you all pushed further into the subterranean depths beneath Mount Alathir, seeking to disrupt or prevent the spread of hellish influence that Alathir themselves worried was growing. And within this large dwarvish-styled chamber series, you indeed found and slayed some devilish creatures, many reanimated long-dead dwarvish skeletons, and a rather strange-looking tentacle-clawed behemoth that seemed not to display typical signs of devilkin or demon kind, but certainly was fiendish in some regard, and was obeying the orders of its hellish master. And last we left off, you had all just successfully activated a series of arcane braziers that gave way to a more regal looking chamber ahead with an ornate set of obsidian steps leading upward and out of view. And now you stand in front of this magic arcane bridge that appeared before you as you prepare to venture forward sometime on Tyrdos, 21st of Sun's Dusk.
Great. What were the little rock boys called? I've been calling them rock boys.
They were, you can make a history check or an arcana check.
Let's roll up.
16.
Wait,
it's better than 16. It's 18.
They were known as Galeb Durs.
Oh, okay. That's what I wrote. D-H-U-R or D-U-H-R?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Caleb Dur Hart.
They're just kind of animated primordial earth where some version of primordial essence has seeped into them and given them life.
Am I correct to write that I took a heart from them? I have one. Yeah. Okay. Small onyx.
I would call it a core, but sure.
Okay. I just wanted to get that straight before you played. How do you spell onyx? Onyx spelled with Y.
The Pokemon's
Yeah.
an I.
Oh.
No, an I.
But so you are all left in this chamber with all the arcane braziers except one lit aflame. Most of them with blue flickering arcane light, one with purple. But you guys are free to do as you want.
Delpirion, get over here. I think you need this too. I am going to take out my little. Oh, I'm gonna call it a healing spirit. What we're gonna call it.
No.
That's amazing.
It's too punny.
With a tiny little sphere and drop it on the ground in between myself and Telperion, and over the course of 5 rounds, it's gonna spew a bunch of red mist as healing stuff.
You have to cast that second level.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. It is a second level spell.
Okay.
Critter, just the way I'm gonna do this, I am just going to roll 1d6 at a time,
Sure.
as if it were each turn. So I'm gonna take the first one. Hot. I'm just gonna write these down. 1.
Just take the second too.
Oh,
Hot. 4. I'm just gonna divvy these up after.
What?
Stop
we
rolling.
do this over the course of a minute, so are there going to be 10 of these?
No, there's
total?
only 5.
There's only 5d6.
Okay.
We each get 6. 1, 1, 4, 1, and 5.
Thanks, Roulette.
Heal. Oh, I got it. I was totally misunderstanding the language of that spell.
And then I will just quickly give Jiri the finger, and as I'm showing off my 4-wind signet ring, it glows and lights up my entire suit of armor as I regain a 2nd level spell slot.
Very cool.
Okay.
That's a fancy ring, Roulette.
Okay, so worst case scenario. Something in there's gonna attack us?
I think that's an accurate guess.
Okay.
So, we should talk resources and strategy for a couple different scenarios, right?
Okay.
Toby, you, I'm gonna. There's 4 charges left in the wand. You stick by
Alfie.
Stick by Alfie. Here, I'll open Alfie up real quick and I'll show you where the thing is. You press this button, you reach in, and you can grab that wand at any time if you need it. But I can get a quick shot off myself. But if you want to stay away and shoot from range, feel free to just reach in and grab it. He'll let you do it. Also, pointing out to everyone else, healing potion right inside Alfie, same compartment right next to the wand.
I will say with Roulette displaying and showing you guys how to interact with Alfie in that way, that will count as a free interaction on someone's turn. It's not going to count as an action to search through him.
I'm wondering if I should heal a little more before the combat. I'm at roughly 44 out of 62 if I had to put a number on it. I have a ring with a potion in it and a tea in it. My thought was to get up in the fray. How are you feeling, Jerry? You got your armor. You want to get in the fray, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Or, just side plan. Maybe we can talk this out with the king. Maybe he'll kill himself if we're really convincing.
Okay, you can try convincing him to kill himself. But I'm probably going to just resort to doing the work myself. With everyone's help, of course. Toby, you've got a bunch of items now.
Mm-hmm. I've
You have
got
a lot of
a list of
actions.
things.
You have a lot of actions available. I was
Wait a
thinking.
minute. What if I dressed up like one of his evil henchmen?
We could take like 10 minutes and I can make you look identical to him if you want. But, or do you have something you can do to do that?
Well, I could copy their voices. I'm really good at copying voices.
You give me 10 minutes, I can get one of their robes drawn and
We can just take a robe off the. Oh.
no, they melted.
Yeah, why don't I just wear the robe?
They melted.
Their
DM,
clothes
correct me.
melted?
DM, correct me if I'm wrong, but did their entire attire melt with them?
Yes, it did. Primarily, except for the staff that was on one of them.
Did we take the staff?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, I'll hold that. And then I'll go in there and I'll be like, yo, come quick. And you guys will be like waiting and beat this person up.
Yeah, that's fine, I think. I mean, I can take 10 minutes and give you an identical outfit using the book thing.
Okay.
Do we want to take 10 minutes to do that? Or do we want to just get in there?
I feel like all that serves is getting Jerry closer before the thing realizes it's not. I mean, Jerry could get a strike in, I guess.
But it'll distract him. So at least maybe you guys could sneak up.
Okay, that's interesting.
Sneak attack.
I guess, do you want to start drawing while we keep strategizing?
Sure. I will take out the book of Clothier's Croquis and start drawing what I'm assuming was a fairly simple set of robes from the guy who had the staff.
Yeah, the guy that had the staff, definitely him.
So that specific guy, the guy with the gray horns and wings.
But he was like super naked. Can you make yourself look like that, Jerry?
Wait a minute. I've got a disguise kit too. In Roulette's pack. We could put some makeup on.
I mean, if you were trying to be like a humanoid, that might work, but this thing had wings and horns and maybe a tail.
Yeah, I can do clothing. That's it.
I think maybe we should just go for the combat surprise. That he doesn't. I don't know that he knows we're here. If you had like the ability to make yourself look like a creature, that would be a little different. But I don't want to kill your idea, Jerry. I like your creativity.
Maybe I could pretend to be like a henchman that he hasn't met before.
Sure. I'm all for letting you be the distraction. So if you want to think of this, I'm not going to stop you. And if you want to put on a disguise yourself,
I can just make you look like the Arc Knight if you want to do that and just have some fun with it.
did that burn your drawing?
I can draw it again.
Okay.
But like, what purpose would that serve? Like, I
Envoy-
already look cooler than the Arc Knight does.
You're the envoy from the Durastian king, and you are here to parlay with whatever creature is coming out of this.
I'm just
But
gonna
I
say
could-
this:
I
we
could
are in a
literally
hurry.
be the envoy from Jolland, you know?
I'm gonna let Jerry. You take that first step in. We can't dress you up. This devilish thing. They've got their own like half-naked looks.
Okay, why don't I just go try to talk to this guy while he's monologuing, doing his evil plan. You guys attack.
Creep
Sure.
around from behind.
I like that.
Jerry, you're feeling awfully brave today, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a pep talk from my dad.
Listen, time's of the essence, and I think Jerry wants to take the first step in. Jerry will be right behind you.
Okay, you
Sneakily.
guys sneak.
Okay, so we'll try to sneak. Jerry will walk
Oh,
in,
wait.
hold his breath.
Should I use my tattoo? Is this worth it? Make you guys super sneaky?
Well, I don't know if we can be sneaky
We
if we go away from you.
We gotta be close to you.
Unless, yeah.
I mean, I don't
What if
want
we
to.
all just snuck then?
Okay.
This might be a good time for it.
Okay, let's all just sneak in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll
we're,
sneak in.
we're pretty low on resources.
So, Toby, what I'm thinking is this could be we've heard about a king. There are two forces at play down here, and this is for everybody. There's the primordial forces, like the worm and the snake thing that I could understand because it spoke primordial, and then there's the devilish forces, which we've been slaughtering generally well. So I don't know who the king is because the snake guy, he said, protect the king, and then the devil cultist said, give him some time, I think. So I don't know if we're going to go into some devil reincarnating a dwarvish dragonborn king or what. If the creature is big and slow, maybe Jerry and I can do the double team we've often done, get on both sides. If it's like the cultists and it's teleporting around and all that, don't use the chestnut because he'll just teleport right out of it. So save the chestnut for if it's slow and it can't fly or jump.
So I'm thinking it's either gonna be some devilly creature or it's gonna be a resurrected dead dwarf king.
Yes, right.
So I have a way to give you some advantage against that guy, depending on either scenario.
Do you have that thing that can stop really wicked hits from hitting us, or is that all burned
Yes, I do have that. I have that, and I have my spell scroll of protection from evil and good ready to go.
out? Okay, so you're out of spells, but you got a lot of
Spell scrolls.
one-use resources. Excellent.
Because Jerry, you had handed over your Mind Sliver and Friend scrolls.
Yeah, you can have those.
Okay.
But I don't know
Wait,
if
you might want to take my water bottle in case you want to blast somebody.
Yeah, what if he's all on fire and stuff? And I need to
Yeah.
put him out.
Wait,
Yeah,
let
I
me get a
don't-
sip first, real quick, before you take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Toby Rama,
Okay.
as you were handed a scroll of Mind Sliver and Friends from Jiri, you know those to be low-level magics, but when you look at the scrolls, the language is absolutely unintelligible by you.
So warlock only.
Or at least not cleric.
Never mind.
You can never cast a spell scroll that's not on your spell list?
According to the rules.
That's so lame. Jerry, I don't know if I can use these. You can hang on to them.
Okay.
I'll move those.
Okay, and you've got some spells.
I've got two things I can do.
So one
I'm
thing.
not going to be using them right away because I want to see whatever we're up against first.
One thing is, I know if I strike its mind with my ability and it works, it makes them a little lower resistance to whatever comes next for it. So if you want to try to get a combo off like that, let me know. And I'll be ready with that. But I don't know. I think that's all I can think to do.
I think we got to sneak in and see what we're looking at first.
All right. Does anyone have a potion of healing left?
Alfie does.
I got one.
Now that I'm looking through my backpack real quick, Roulette, can you make out this scroll? It's a scroll of water breathing that I bought for 500 gold that I realize I can't read now.
We're surrounded by lava. I'll look at that later.
I'm gonna tuck it in your pocket because I think you might be able to read it.
Wait,
Not that it's
does
an
that make
art.
me breathe in lava then?
No, the water breathing is not like water walk. Water breathing is just water.
We'll test that.
I don't know if you want to test it.
Yeah, it just says water.
Yeah, you can breathe the lava, but it still has 10d10 fire damage.
I'm sorry, what?
Or whatever the damage is.
Just offhand throwing a XDX at us.
I'm gonna bend a tea right now. I think I'm gonna have a quick
Do it.
Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna take my water bottle and I'm just gonna hold it near the lava so it boils, gets the water real warm, and put a tea bag in it, and then just drink a cup of tea.
Okay. So that, yeah, I mean, a minute for it to boil because it's so hot in here.
Yeah.
And, well, sure. And then a minute to steep the bag. So you have a thing of tea and you're able to imbibe that for sure.
Imbibe it. I'm planning on being up in the business. We gotta use one of these.
I think that's a good idea.
2 remaining, and I do still have one in my ring. Okay, and so that is 2d6 or 1d6 plus 2. D6 plus 2. Oh, 5, 6, 7. So I gain 7 health back, and then I gain 7 temp HP.
Nice.
All right, I'm feeling much better about going into this combat now. I'm at 58. Okay. I get my... I'm going to start with a sliver in each hand.
So as a each hand,
Okay.
Yeah, mine's sliver in my mind.
Shield. Use an action.
Empty hand.
Sword and puffy armor.
Puffy,
All right.
Well, did you
puffy.
say both hands empty, or are you shield and empty hand?
Shield. And just had flail on my hip.
Got it.
Jerry, you ready with the spell when we get in at the door?
Yep.
Alright.
Wait, how do I use the tattoo again? I just touched the tattoo?
I think you just will it off you as if you were casting a spell with it.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Okay. So are you casting it, or are you moving across the bridge then casting it?
Bridge, then cast.
Okay.
Away we
So
go.
you guys are all able to cross the bridge. And as you're proceeding across the bridge toward these massive stone carved doors, now that you're a bit closer, you can see other reliefs kind of etched into them. Not as easily visible as the dwarvish inscription above, but still pretty well maintained considering how long abandoned these chambers have been. They depict images and panels of a large mountain with a solitary long-haired individual at the top, and further below a draconic creature with horrible twisted horns emerging from lava and climbing downward further into the mountain, breathing flame onto multitudes of individuals. And then a progression of panels that display a single crowned dwarf fighting the beast, slaying it by cracking open its chest with its maul and ripping out a flaming heart. And as you begin to crest through these doors and seeing just this obsidian stone staircase leading upward and outward, Jiri, you cast your spell, and you all have Pass Without a Trace activated. Jiri, you are considered concentrating on this, but you all have +10 to your stealth. You see all the shadows in the area kind of coalesce under you, and you hear like the rattling of armor all get a little more muted. It's still there, but it's harder to hear with each footstep you take. Let's have everyone go ahead and give me a stealth roll
Oh, baby.
with a +10 on addition to your normal. Nat 20 +10, 32. What the fuck? 2 nat 20s, a 16.
Alfie with
Hold
a
on.
27.
I do roll with disadvantage still, though. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That is correct with your half plate. But still a 20.
20.
All things considered, yeah. You guys think you are being very quiet. You're surprised at how potent this spell is. Even Telperion, like you hear your armor like rubbing against itself less. You can feel the vibration, but it's not causing audible sound, and the rest of you seem virtually silent. As you begin to, in this quiet approach, ascend this 50-foot wide smooth obsidian staircase, Toby Rama, you hear a voice, not audibly, but inside your mind. And the voice says, Toby Rama and friends, our feathered friend Korik was asking for you. He returned from Caneloth flustered, urgently wanting your aid. So Mirage says, these four... And it just cuts out.
Toby just like stops mid-step on a staircase.
And before you even have a chance to recompose yourself, you hear another. Apologies. Mirage isn't accustomed to the restraints of succinct language. Finally learned this spell, though. Anyhow, the Seneschal traveled to the peak looking for you.
He has good timing. We have descended into the mountain on behalf of the elder here. We will see him shortly.
Tommy, what are you doing?
Sorry, guys. Mirage just texted me.
What's a text?
Tell him Jimmy says hi.
I guess Cork is up top now, wondering where we are.
Well, good. He can bury our bodies if we die here talking in the hallway.
So let's just keep going.
We'll let him know we're here in case we die, and he can pick our bodies up.
Okay, Mirage. We're beneath the mountains. Jiri says hi. Tell Cork he can come down and help if he wants.
Are you casting the sending
No.
spell right now?
No.
I'll yeah, are you okay? So
No.
yeah, I see. Amazing.
Wait, hold on. As a group, we know you're tapped out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say as a group, you do know that. Jiri might not know the ins and outs of Toby Rama's capabilities. I say with passive insight, I'm not sure that would register as something to focus on.
I don't know.
Or maybe it would. Maybe it does register in Jiri's mind of, wait, aren't you done for the day?
Hold
Like, aren't
on.
you out of spell?
Why'd you roll a diss?
It's the heat of the moment.
So,
Forward?
forward?
Yeah,
Forward.
yeah.
Okay. As you journey up these obsidian staircase, they go about 50 feet forward and upward before turning at a hard right angle to the right and continuing up further. And as you approach, you see an enormous chamber out in front of you. Telperion, the ash weeds that you had seen from lower in the chamber are everywhere in this subterranean space, seemingly have cracked through the foundation of wherever they like to grow, have found their way in here and adorn every inch of this place almost. But you can see through it all the high quality of stonework in this space, the regality of it, as well as an absolutely monolithic dragon skull mounted at the far back of this, what you now realize is a throne room, high above the throne made of obsidian, where the dead remains of some long dead dwarvish king seems to be sitting propped up on a throne, lifeless.
As we are...
And
Okay, continue.
Sure, I'll just give you a little more info. And as right under the dragon's skull is written in Dwarvish, Telperion, even legible from this distance. Here lies eternally our enduring ancestor, Kegoruza Gildren Coreseeker, King of Darendor, and Bane of the Wicked Cinder.
Was that a Z as the second to last letter?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, because it was a combo of the two. Yeah.
I think it to everybody to avoid speaking.
As we're beginning to enter and see the chamber, I want to do an initial pulse of Eyes of the Grave. See if I get a 60-foot range. See if I get any undead pings.
I will say within 60 feet, you do not get any pings. However, you are fairly far from that skeleton,
right.
Roughly 90, 80 feet away. So should you choose to, I'll say that sensation is up, but you may have to proceed in further to
It's
get
until
a
the
ping.
end of my next turn, so even functionally I could walk.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone.
And I will now move you to that map.
I read the Dwarvish in common in everyone's head.
Okay.
Wow! Oh my God! Look at this map.
Oh, geez.
It's so cool.
Eh.
How tall is the ceiling here?
Easily 100 feet tall.
Okay. Is there anywhere to hide as we strafe into the room?
In this central entrance way, you see that there are small circular chambers off to your right, each with a lit brazier that's flicking with orange flame. But otherwise, you don't see any spaces. You could certainly divert each way into those.
If Jerry goes left, I'll follow Jerry. Actually, I'm gonna go the opposite way of Jerry.
Okay. How about you, Roulette? Anywhere in particular?
I would probably grab Telperion and pull him the other way because I'm sure Jiri told us when he cast his spell that
To
he
stay
felt
close.
he felt how close we had to stay for the effect of that spell.
Fair.
As you all get a sense of this space in front of you and then hurry off to the side just to get another beat, you hear a voice call out, "Well, my pets, is it Malachi? Has he come back?" And you hear two snarls.
Could we get a vibe of where that voice was coming from?
I will say yes, with your passive perception as well as their, pardon me, as well as their new motion. Two sources of this growl-like noise caught your ear, and two individuals that look like this
I try to push Alfie back to come in.
start roaming the space. But as they approach and see no one through the doors, they continue to wander off in various directions.
Okay, as I see them wandering off,
And Toby Rami, you had heard this voice came from somewhere farther in the chamber.
Okay. I'm gonna start.
What was the?
I'm gonna pull out my spell scroll, and I hope able to do it quietly enough. Cast protection from evil and good on Telperion from fiends.
I'm fucking scared.
I think I do want you to make another stealth check because you can certainly keep your voice down, but typically casting a spell does break stealth. So we'll see if you're able to keep this up.
16.
16 with the pass without trace did still beat their searching perception, so you're good.
Okay, so that is gone. I'm concentrating on that for 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little thing on you for
Will it hurt me
concentration.
less? I would think to you.
They have. I will think back. They are
You're
gonna.
gonna think back.
Oh.
I'll just nod or shit.
Who was the person's name that the guy had
Malachi.
said? I'm gonna very quietly whisper to Roulette. Which one was Malachi? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't. Can I make a short-term memory history check if I remember which one Malachi was?
Sure. Yeah, just make a general intelligence check.
Because I legitimately do not remember. Whoops. Did it go? 19.
With 19, you are very confident that none of their names were ever brought into conversation.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I
Well,
started writing a note because of how you started that sentence.
Oh, I'm thinking of Mordecai is what I'm thinking of, which is our friend, not Malachi.
I am going to. I'll think real quick to each of you. Dogs first. Sneak up and try to take them out.
Lore. And I mouth the word lore. Lore, L-U-R-E, as in
Oh.
lure them out.
I see. Make a sound or something.
You could. Oh, ooh,
I can make a sound.
me too.
Oh.
Me too.
So can Toby. Toby, I will point to this other room over here. I'm going to bend over, pick up a small little pebble, and ready my little whetstone to put a repeating sound into it. Wait, Jiri has
I like bring Shadow Moby over next to me and I like point to him and say,
Oh,
I'm gonna switch a javelin in one hand for a sliver, so I have a sliver and a javelin.
I assume we start seeing a pebble float away.
yeah, I will, because I've done this once before with
The bullets.
no, not with the
Oh.
bullets.
In the
Whenever-
maze, I thought.
Well, I guess I've done this a lot. Specifically with Shadow Moby, like I gave it to Shadow Moby in the lava worm lair, and like having Shadow Moby be able to tap it to do that. So I'm going to give it to Shadow Moby and tell Jiri to.
Shadow
Okay.
Moby. And I say, get low, Shadow Moby. And Shadow Moby crawls across the ground.
You can barely see the barely visible form of him hunch down and start to Grinch walk across the way.
All right. So what's happening? Is
I nudge Toby.
oh.
Oh, well, yeah. I feel good about doing it. Okay. I'm going to use thaumaturgy and make it. I can do an instantaneous sound of your choice within range. So I'm going to make a sound of like someone like tripping and going,
Piercing spell.
just like
Okay.
tripping
Just
over
like that.
here.
So
Again.
the effect is going to happen as
But,
intended,
yes.
but this is going to break stealth, but this
Right.
isn't a maintaining of stealth. You're affecting a noise that they're going to investigate. So I actually want a deception check to see how this is received by them.
I have a +2.
You feel confident that your vocal component of this was very quiet. And so what sound happens over here?
It's like a like someone losing their balance and tripping over.
You immediately hear.
And as soon as that happens, I will tap Jiri to them to make Shadow Moby tap the rock, and from the rock, and it's only in like a 5-foot radius. There's just a just on a
Very
6-second loop.
You
Is it
see
just-
these things moving with somewhat frightening speed as they start to run over there looking in this direction. And they are definitely both visible, but that's where they get in this next beat.
I want to wait for them to get a little closer before I throw things at them.
Okay.
Closer to the
So I'll say-
noise.
They definitely are investigating the noise, and slowing their pace as they do so. I'll say
as
they
the
both
one
get to
hits-
there.
As the one hits about here is when I want to start throwing. Like I want
Here?
to. I don't want to wait till they get
Right
in.
when it rounds the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as if you all are doing something in this moment, we'll go ahead and roll initiative and you guys will get a surprise round.
Oh God.
Oh, initiative is on the board. Jajiri.
All right, let's see what happens here. Jiri reacting very quickly. All right. So you see Telperion rearing back to throw his javelin or whatever he's about to do, but Jiri, you're able to instinctually act first in this moment.
Jiri charges out of cover and goes straight for the one closest to him, swinging his sword.
Okay. First attack will have advantage for unseen attacker.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, baby.
We needed a crit so bad.
All right, give me a damage total on that guy. Is it? I assume we're doing two hand, which looks
Yeah.
like 12, 19, 22 damage on that one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You carve into this thing's back and you just feel its tough, like ash charcoal hard hide, but your blade cuts satisfyingly through it, definitely wounding the creature.
And then the second one is not at advantage, you said?
Correct. That'll hit for another 14.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And then Jiri's gonna punch him.
Okay.
Oh my God. I just want you to take this out.
Ooh.
Finally, this thing reacts in time where he jumps to the side right as you try and throw a punch, and he snarls angrily at you.
All right, I put my sword in front of me, trying to fend him off.
Okay. Roulette, you are next to act. You see that hound seems very like thick black blood, and bits of like magma are dripping out of that creature. It has taken a lot of damage from that first strikes.
Seeing like fire blood come out of this thing, Roulette goes, maybe not firebolt. And Roulette is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh God, what did I just do? Whoops. Cancel.
It's going fine.
No, I did something popped up on my screen. I'm just gonna go to right here, and I can swing from here, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm just gonna make 2 attacks.
I will say you also had not broken stealth yet, so you are for this first attack an unseen attacker, so you get advantage on the first strike.
Neat.
Uh, 19 hits.
10
For
Bludgeoner.
10 Bludgeoner. This hound is looking really rough. You just you saw a spray of cinder and ash just jet out of its chest as you hit it very hard with that one.
Swing it again.
Okay. Hits.
21. Ten more bludgeoning.
How do you kill this fiend?
I chose right. I was worried it was gonna be like aberrations or something instead of
Yeah,
fables.
no. I was, yeah.
You kill this normal dog.
Is devil a type or is devil in fiend?
Devil is a sub thing of fiend. All devils are considered fiends. All demons are considered fiends. Fiend is a very large umbrella term.
Seeing that it has fire blood, I do an underhanded swing so that it sprays away from us and away from Jiri.
As you hit this thing and kill it, you saw it was starting to breathe in and its chest was lighting up, but as you hit it and bludgeon it, its ribs crack and a burst of flame harmlessly just escapes from its chest.
A neat trick, doggy. I can do that too tomorrow. And as a bonus
As it
action,
falls to the ground dead.
I'm actually going to retreat 5 feet back to here, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to dump 1 charge from Alfie into this thing. I'm going to have Alfie move out to here. Alfie's just going to go right here, and then 1 charge from the wand. 3d4 plus 3. Whoops. 3d4
Righty.
plus 3. So 10 force into the other doggo.
Got it.
I will go mark that off, and that is my turn.
10 was the total? Got it. All right. This doggo, now having the opportunity to try and shake off its surprise, will slowly turn to face the attackers as it functionally gets its reaction back and is no longer in the surprised condition. But Tobirama, it is your turn.
I think that makes sense, because that'll. I will prattle forward to right there. And I'll make that sucker make a wisdom saving throw. Toll the dead.
Okay, what do you do as you cast this?
Yeah, Toll the Dead. Oh, I have it. Right here. As it scrolls, I shout, Ethgri Douth.
Shout.
You definitely reach into its mind as it recoils in pain, doing a nastier version of a dog's whimper. For 14 necrotic, you do see this thing start to wither and ash in charcoal, just disintegrate off of it slowly.
Before your turn ends, I try to nudge you out of my way while you still have movement.
All right, will that do it for Toby?
Mm-hmm.
Am I unseen still? And it's not surprise. I don't know.
Well, before your turn, you do hear a voice from further back, seemingly some area behind the throne, maybe, call out, "Now what is all the commotion over there?" Fine. As this being makes themselves known, and I did not mean to do that.
Oh my god, the skull can move.
No, it can't. As a being, well, they can't move yet, but functionally they got their reaction back. They're no longer surprised. So yes, now it is your turn, Telperion. You have not functionally been seen. The one that had shaken off its surprise seems to be regarding the attackers that had made themselves. It hasn't quite had a chance to clock you yet.
Okay. I'm gonna subtly scooch 1, 2, 3. One more.
Oh, it's
4.
20 feet.
Yeah, it's fucking 20 feet. I'm gonna scooch this far and then throw my sliver.
Okay, go ahead. This one will have advantage.
Sliver, not javelin.
Sliver's magical, baby. I just dropped the dice. 23 to hit.
Definitely hits.
This is a d6 plus 5. Roll a 5. 10 to hit.
No, 10 damage.
10 damage.
10 damage. Got it. You see your
Alright.
sliver satisfyingly sink right into its chest cavity, and you see like little spouts of flame and ash burst from that location.
And is it looking really hurt? Oh.
It's looking pretty wounded.
I'm gonna go up and swing with my sword.
Okay, so dropping the javelin, getting your sword out, and swinging.
Handed.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, two-handed.
Got it. Go ahead and roll.
Oh baby, 16 plus 7.
Definitely
20,
hits.
23.
23 hits. All right. Regular D4 and a D10.
Got it.
Plus 4. Rerolling 1s and 2s. Ah! A 10 and a 4. So 14 plus 5 is 19 damage. Max.
This thing has fallen to the ground and is looking up at you and is trying to inhale, but is having a hard time gaining breath.
Functionally, I can't do anything else.
That was
Bonus action.
20 plus 24.
Oh, you know what I will do? I'm gonna push Toby back into the room. And push you one back so you're not in sight.
I'll let it happen.
And then I'll turn my attention back at this thing, regarding it, but that's my end of my turn.
All right. Jiri, it is your turn. The second fiendish hound seems very direly injured.
All right. I'm gonna turn around and like wave to like Roulette to like back up, but I'm gonna jump over this dog and come on behind it. And can I flank it?
Yeah, you can get behind it.
All right, I'm gonna flank it.
It's a little
and I'm gonna
awkward
attack it.
space in there with a brazier, but yeah, you can get behind it. And yes, you have advantage. Uh, 24 will hit. How do you kill this fiendish creature that had barely been clinging to existence still?
I just come up behind it and just like sever its like spinal cord from the back.
And as you
So
do so,
looping
you see
slice
a
right through it.
similar phenomenon occur as you cut through it and its body is severed in half. You see just a burst of harmless flame jettison out of its severed rib cage.
All right,
I'm
and then,
gonna say with my free interaction, I grab my sliver back and the javelin I just left on the ground.
I think you already used your free interaction to draw your sword.
Oh, okay.
and then okay, and then I'm going to move to here and kind of like hide behind the wall here.
Got it. Roulette, it is your turn.
I would like to use my turn to make a perception check to see if I can see anything down the hallway in the way of the king, anything coming at us.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Is protection from evil just when they attack me?
That's a Toby question. I'm not 100% sure.
They have disadvantage attacking you, and you cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Awesome. Thank you.
Super cool. Roulette, with a 14, you hear movement from behind the throne, but not functionally enough. Actually, let me move that to the map layer because that's going to make my job easier. you hear movement as some boots are seemingly getting closer from some cavity or tunnel back behind the throne, but you don't get visual on anything.
The doggo bodies, are they melting right now?
The doggo.
Right now they have just fallen to the ground, so right now just ash and cinder are kind of loosely drifting off them, so hard to tell if they're melting at this particular second.
I will point to the dog and point to Jiri and or Telperion and just like have them try and like get them to scoot the dog body back, but I will retreat with Alfie back over to this side, huddling. I don't want to be behind Toby. Actually, no, I'm just going to use like an extra 5 feet of my movement to drag Toby 5 feet further back, because I had plenty enough to get in there and move it back one.
Sure.
And I'll just do a to everyone.
All right, Toby, it is your turn. You've just been pulled back further into the cover by Roulette.
I have indeed. I will attempt to hide, and I am no longer within 30 feet of Jiri.
It's actually really good that me and Jiri are together.
Yes, I was just.
Yes. Action to hide, no +10.
Darn.
Okay.
Action.
You know you can't. You know something looking for you can't see you.
Toby,
I have no bonus actions. I'll chill there. That's my turn.
All right. As you complete your turn, the figure emerges from behind the throne.
Big yikes.
And for anyone that can see, looks like this.
Oof. This goth bitch.
And as this entity enters the cavern and takes flight 15 feet or so into the air next to the throne, sees in anger, my pets, and then looks down at the throne. I did say all of my pets, didn't I?
Oh, fuck this.
And you see the king, Gildren Coreseeker, his corpse, rise slowly, already having been zombified, and reaches down for a maul at his side. And as he squats and jumps, you see a flash of fire under his feet, propelling him forward as he can jump
Isn't that? Oh.
Oh my god, he has
this
fire.
far.
He has fire step.
And then this one comes as well. I see some intruders have slain my pets. Let's see how you handle us. And he reaches back and sends 2 rays of fire spiraling towards the one he can see in this moment of Telperion. And Telperion, as these rays go towards you, you see them like starting to divert away from you in the last moment, as he is considered a fiend and you do have protection against this.
MK, your boss.
So 2 disadvantage fire rays.
Eat
14
shit,
will
devil.
not hit. And a 16 will not hit. So both of these rays started spiraling towards you, and then last minute were like kind of pushed away from your form, almost magnetically. And he looks in anger. Get them! And this entity taps its boots together as a bonus action and sprints forward at the only one that this entity can see at this moment. For another bit of movement as this entity swings.
I imagine he's undead, not fiendish.
That is correct. He looks very dark. Didn't really mean for that to happen. Here, let's do that so he's a little easier to see. And he will take 2 maul attacks at you.
Okay, they're at disadvantage because I want them to be.
Well said.
That's an interesting will you have.
Yeah, we should all use that, and then the DM can use it too.
Eat shit.
23 to hit. and the second one will not hit.
All right, first one hits.
Okay, now let me pull this up really quickly.
Can we see a blow up of this dwarven dick?
It's just a token that's not like a PNG-ified epic picture, but it is this.
Oh my god.
Am I safe to take the 11, or is more happening?
But you do see there is the 11 that you will take, as well as soon as his movement comes within 5 feet of you and Jiri, the flames bursting from his boots and propelling him forward are just flaring into space. And Jiri and Telperion automatically take 1d6 fire damage. You each take an additional 2 fire damage as the flames are just like licking into you.
I'm gonna have 6.
And that will do it for its turn. Yes.
Did that was not a melee attack, it's just like an aura.
Correct.
Now that this guy's in my face, does he have a crown on his head?
He does indeed have a crown on his head.
Did you take the 11?
I did. I took 7 of my temp
With
HP.
Oh,
and
of
then-
note, comparatively to the other dwarves,
Circlets.
who had ornate obsidian circlets with a jewel, this is much more ornate obsidian and gold with a large diamond affixed to the top.
Is it like just resting on his head, or is it like embedded?
It's like somewhat embedded, but the skin has fallen away from this. This is not a skeleton like the ones you had faced. This has more musculature and tissue on it and has been better preserved somehow in this chamber as opposed to previous chambers. You think it's a zombie, not a skeleton, but it is somewhat affixed to its head.
So it's not loose.
It doesn't appear to be particularly loose.
Okay. Can I use my first attack to reach forward and try to pull that crown off his head?
Sure. You can make we'll say that's a grapple check. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Roll a nat 20.
Ooh. Well, that's probably going to win.
Plus
Unless you
7.
can nat 20. Oh, he was close. You absolutely are able to reach forward to the crown and rip it off his head. You see like just chunks of flesh just like fall off with it nastily, but you have removed the
Ew.
crown from his head.
Got your crown.
Got your crown.
And he falls to the ground.
Yeah, and then nothing happens.
No.
Okay, kind of thought that was enchanting him to be a zombie. Well, I'll be taking this. So throw that behind me, and I swing at him with my other attack.
Okay,
Actually,
awesome. Go ahead and
Before, I will pivot around him and do that with advantage.
okay, so you cannot go that way because there's a full thing, but you can go that way, yeah.
I'll do that way, and then I'll swing.
Okay, sounds
I believe
good.
I used the nat 20 for.
You do have advantage on this attack flanking with Jiri.
Pickpocketing his head.
I rolled an 8 with advantage.
Boss.
Plus
For a
7 is
total
15.
of
15 total.
your sword, you're sure the strike is true, but it just clangs off of his very well preserved, almost like flawless breastplate that is beautiful metal and it seems to have draconic imagery all carved into it, but you do not injure this creature.
Cool. With my bonus action, I probably will do nothing, actually. I wish I had something to do. That's all I can do.
Can you
It's
push
too
this
far
guy
to-
away?
I think it's too far. A push is probably within 30 feet of me. Yeah, it's within 30 feet of
I
me.
think so.
I'll use my free interaction to put the crown away in my pack.
Okay, we'll say free interaction, you drifted over towards you and stow it because
Cool.
it was, you had tossed it behind you, but sure.
At least, yeah, sure, sounds good. All right, that's all.
All right, Jiri.
All right. I'm just gonna start attacking this thing with advantage.
All right. 28 absolutely hits. For 12. Let me check something. Okay. 28 and 29 both definitely hit for 24 total damage.
And just pull this crown off the side.
And then I'm gonna try to punch once again.
All right.
What if? Oh.
Absolutely hits for another 6.
30
Yeah,
damage.
you notice this thing is not particularly dexterous, not able to dodge very well. It's kind of lethargic in its movements, but it is still strong. But you are able to carve through it and give it a clock in the head for sure. Will that do it for Jiri?
That's it.
All right. Roulette.
I don't even know.
Can I think something out at this time?
Sure.
I'm
To an individual.
just gonna. Actually, I'll just say it out loud. I'll say the crown wasn't controlling it. Maybe we just need to take out the Ona. That's all I'll say.
I'm gonna run out to here. Roulette's wishing she had something other than firebolt on her fingers. Alfie, ping the flying one, and I'm just gonna take 2 swings at undead fuck.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attacks, and Alfie can do a magic missile.
Love it.
25,
25 will hit.
9 bludgeoning.
Is the Chardon stride concentration?
We could look it up, but that would be
Well, I'm just asking as to
I
try
have
to
no
be
idea.
helpful for critter's sake.
And then I'm gonna take my next swing.
Okay.
16?
16 does just hit.
Ooh.
You see it just glance off its breastplate, but then just like deflect upward into its chin and
Oh,
do some
God.
damage.
That sounds painful. 11 bludgeoning.
You all are carving into this thing, beating it to shreds. It is functionally what a zombie equivalent of bloody would be considered.
And then I'm going to have Alfie roll up next to me. It's 100 feet for the thing, by the way, in case anyone was measuring that. And I'm gonna dump my second to last wand spell into the flying thing.
Okay.
3d4 plus 3. Should have create like a hot button for that. 13.
Nice.
Your magic arcane darts spiral towards it, and with a laugh, flickers his finger, and a magic arcane shield
Of
prevents
course he
all
has shield like
damage.
everyone else in this dumb
That's
shit.
fine. That's a spell he spent. That's fine. We love that. Free resource
And-
for a spell.
That's it. That's all I got.
Alrighty.
Wait, Critter, before I go, you said that in the main chamber it's like 100 feet tall. These side rooms, is it like a smaller
Much
room?
smaller. Yes, much smaller room. Yeah.
Like 30 feet?
10 feet
30
tall. 10 feet tall ceiling.
Okay, so it is like, it's a small room.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Will that do it for roulette?
That's my turn.
All right, Toby, you are up.
Okay, who is... That works. That works for sure. Okay. I'm going to pull out my little flint thing. I'm going to light my candle of anti-light.
Okay. You're able to do so as an action. We'll go ahead and give you an aura.
2, 3.
Let me do that. It's a 15-foot radius, is that right?
I believe it is 10. It is 10.
Got it. All right, we'll give you that. You are in absolute pitch black darkness, but for you, it just seems like a little dimmer. You can see through it functionally for sure.
that was my action. I essentially don't have a bonus.
We don't see a circle if there's a circle around him.
Oh, I need to make that available to see for player permissions. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. And that is going to be my turn.
Okay. It is this entity's turn. Just flying 15 feet up in the air, examining all of you. Oh, interesting. A band of adventurers. And one with arcane engineering talents. Such a shame that command of the arcane is wasted on you. But I'll put use to you before you perish deep under the earth, left to rot in obscurity. And Roulette, as you identify this creature is talking to you and you see him over the edge of your vision, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I have a question.
Can't see through.
Can he see me?
He's 15 feet.
Yes.
He's in the air.
He can see you.
And the sphere, like, that's such a small part of the sphere at that point.
I would say it occludes his vision, but that's like not even half cover, I would say.
That was a concept.
Roulette. You suddenly feel your senses fade, your willingness to attack the zombie and Sin, this creature. You innately know its name to be Sin. That's my friend. I need to defend him. Yes, can you buy me a little bit more time, darling? Please? And you are functionally charmed by this individual and commanded to protect him, whatever that means to you. Telperion, it is your turn. Oh, and the zombie gets to swing as well.
On his turn?
Yes. The flying entity and the dwarf act at the same time.
Though
Was there a question? Yeah.
No, Roulette's charmed, connection severed. Alfie is still in defensive mode and will use his reaction to immediately give disadvantage on the first attack. Unless it's going against Alfie, which I don't know.
As a reminder to myself, does he need to make can he do this as long as he's within 5 feet of the attacker or the attackee? It is the attacker.
The attacker.
Okay, then he absolutely can do this.
Imposes disadvantage by poking and distracting.
Okay. So he is taking his first swing at Jiri. So that will be with disadvantage. As he triggers his multi-attack and disadvantage Maul to hit. He reaches back with a big strike and Alfie just gets his little leg up there and the thing has to like pull his Maul free, losing the attack, and then tries again.
Wow.
Neither hitting, though, as Jiri's rather dexterous and defensive as a duelist, and this thing is not very precise with its strikes. But as soon as it does that, it runs back to its master's side. Jiri and Telperion taking 1d6 damage with no opportunity.
Oh,
attack.
God.
So you both take 6. Oh, and Alfie will take 6 as
How
well.
much is that? It's 36? 36.
And so it runs away from you and then just turns at all of you, trying to defend its master. Now it is Telperion's turn.
Mike.
My turn?
Yep.
All right. That didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. Is Alfie an enemy?
I think in this moment, you don't know that anything has happened to Roulette's mind state or Alfie.
So I can move 7 spaces, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Roulette, as he leaves your range, I do think you would want to prevent
Yep.
him getting close to your master.
Roulette will use her reaction to swing at this elven person.
Oh, what a journey that roll took. Yeah, I think that hits him.
I say, fucking ow. Roulette, what the fuck?
Stay away from him.
I take 12 damage. Cool, thanks, Roulette. Something's wrong, I assume, and I'm gonna mind sliver this bro.
Okay.
Intelligence save 14.
Is he smart or is he wise? Or both?
Eat shit.
Oh, damn it! What was that? As you definitely deal damage.
7 psychic damage.
Okay.
And he hears an elvish word in his mind. I think he's just got like this like strobe effect for a moment, and like my own little moon slivers are in his head. So I don't know if he needs to make a concentration save on anything.
He does not seem to. Nothing else happens.
Charges you could use against me when I hit you.
I did, but I didn't. Okay, then I'm going to. Oh, also, he has a D4 off of his next saving throw.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to. Well, actually, I'm not going to use my bonus action. I'm going to probably use my ring on myself. I'm going to use a healing potion for my ring.
Okay.
What's a healing potion?
2d4 plus 2.
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna use it. I'm not that bad. I'm gonna pull the skeleton or pull this bro. Oh, I don't want to pull him. I'll pull the skeleton dwarf back 5 feet.
Okay.
To what avail? Actually, you know what? No. Can I pull Jerry toward me?
I would say you could pull him onto the top of the dead thing.
Jerry, you feel my telekinesis on you, and in your mind, you know that I'm trying to help pull you closer. And then with my last 2 movement, I want to move into the sphere of darkness.
I'm gonna put this to.
You would see that Jiri is not looking at the demon or the other guy. He's like looking at Roulette now.
Oh, yeah. And then I use my last 2 to try to get in that sphere.
Okay. You start to dip into the darkness. We'll say
I will,
you are.
yeah.
are
And I'll yell,
in it.
I think something's wrong with Roulette. She just tried to hit me.
All right. Jiri.
Jiri is gonna be like, "Oh wait, I've got the perfect scroll for this." And he like reaches into his pocket. He takes out the friend's
Oh my
scroll,
God.
and he's like, "I need to read this to Roulette. She's got to remember that we're her buddies." And he's gonna read it, and he's going to attempt to convince her
Okay.
that
So
we
go
are
ahead
her
and
friends.
read the scroll, and if you can you throw it out into the chat? You might be able to click on the spell and hit display in VTT up in the top right to make it display in the thing.
Okay, I will try that. Gotta find it first. Ah, here it is.
Got it. Okay, so you cast this and you create this like enhanced charisma between you and Roulette, and you feel your own sense of persuasion increase.
All right, can I roll to persuade her to?
Yeah, what are you saying? Yeah.
Roulette, don't you remember? Telperians and I'm Jiri. We're your good friends. You're supposed to be on our side, not listening to that evil devil person.
Okay, roll a persuasion check for me. And if it beats the DC of the charm effect,
one
I'll give
creature.
Roulette another save.
It says you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one
I know.
creature.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true. Yeah,
Okay.
you do have advantage on
Okay.
this. Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so you did beat the DC of his charm effect. So Roulette, give me another wisdom saving throw.
Does anyone have any points of inspiration they can spend?
This is a super fun interaction of these abilities. Roulette blinks for a second, and her face drops in horror as she looks at that she hit Telperion, but then she regards you, Jiri, as an enemy.
Is
I
it
do.
too late to
So
give
you
her
see-
a point of
you seem
inspiration
to-
on that?
I would say, at that point, yeah. But you saw your words had effect. You can reach her, but whatever this effect holding her is somewhat strong.
That is a concentration spell if you want to keep that up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it up and then continue to
Yeah.
plead with her, but maybe move a little bit this way to be kind of behind the cloud, behind the darkness.
Okay, so you can run kind of around roulette nervously, like angling yourself at her in defense. But yeah, if you have that much movement, then you can absolutely do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're good. All right, so you also dip into the darkness. Roulette, it is your turn. All of the evildoers that are threatening to hurt your master seem to have hidden in this darkness, whatever that means to you.
I saw where they both went in, so I'm going to start walking back towards my good friend Red Flying Fuck up there. And as I'm going to take one disadvantage, I'm assuming, disadvantage swing at the blue dude, and then one disadvantage swing at the elven pointy-eared dude.
Would be at disadvantage, but they can't see the attack coming either. So it is a straight roll on each of them. Because you are an unseen attacker, but you also have disadvantage because you don't know where they are.
Sure. First one at the blue dude.
That one.
Would you like me to make a D20?
No, I last session
There were so many ones.
it discouraged me from doing basic saves. 20 to hit.
How hurt am I?
Oof.
11 damage.
So Telperion, just out of nowhere, you just feel a flail just ricochet off your armor somewhat painfully, as she wasn't able to see in, but still hit you.
I'm charmed. I control Alfie. Alfie comes with me.
Fair enough.
That is my turn.
All right, Toby, it is your turn. Your
Do I
two
get
of
to
your
make it?
allies are. You do not get to make a save.
Okay.
At least as a time development standpoint. But Toby Rama, you see your allies, Telperion and Jerry, dip into your darkness with you. You can see them. But yeah, your turn.
Okay. Wait, no, go back to what my head. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. Pull that up. I want to make sure. Moves into or within. Okay. I am going to walk. Let's measure this out. Where can I get to? I like that. I'm gonna move to here, holding my candle.
Okay, give me 1 second. That is that. That is that. That is that. See by players. Save. I'm just adding an aura to the zombie as well. I just did that for visibility. But yeah, you walk into the space of the zombie for sure.
Okay.
I think the vision of the guy, the dome you're creating, he is above your dome, so
Right.
you're not enveloping him
Sure.
in your darkness, but at least the zombie.
I'm going to. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend my action to crush the Bramblevine Chestnut.
Okay, taking 1 point of piercing damage. If you're concentrating on, you are concentrating on protection from evil and good, so I do need you to make a con save.
Cool.
You're good.
And then, if I understand the decanter correctly, I can use it as a bonus action to do Geyser.
Is that the case?
As a bonus action while holding the decanter, you can aim the geyser at a creature you
Yeah.
can see.
I don't think I realized that was a bonus action, but yeah, definitely. If that's
I
what it
will
says.
aim at the devil flying in the air.
Oh, hang on. Why does it say action? I'm looking at Decanter of Endless Water, and it says you can use an action to remove the stopper and speak the word.
Oh, so it would have to be action and bonus action to do
Yeah,
geyser then?
the bonus action is if it's already active and you want to move it, I think.
Yeah.
Bonus action while holding the decanter. Okay, then I won't have ended up doing
Yes,
that.
that's
thing.
the bonus action is to redirect. Action is to conjure an effect.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That is fine. Spike growth. I had cast it. It is a 20-foot radius. I will have it be starting from like here. I'll have it start from here. 20-foot radius.
You're going to be in it.
I'm gonna be in it, but no one will see it happen.
1, 2,
You know the
3,
devil's
20-foot
flying, right?
radius. 20-foot radius, right?
Yes, from here.
1, 2. Oh, okay. I'm gonna butcher the thing here, but give me a second. We want green outside. We want clear inside. We want it to be low. Shit. Fuck. There we go. Roughly here. Right?
It needs to go up and left a bit more.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So you spring it into existence there.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Something like that.
And that is my
So
turn.
all the brambles, all the ash weeds in this space just like burst through the ground and turn into bramblish, thorny vines that extend out in this duration.
The transformation of the
expanse.
ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a perception check to see it as hazardous.
Okay. You do, I believe, unless there's language otherwise, Spike Growth is a concentration spell, so you are
It
going to lose
is
concentration on protection on evil and good.
Yeah. Is that how you cast, requiring no other components? Oh, I have to roll a d20 to see if there's a wild magic surge instead of the spell.
That's right.
On a 1 or a 20.
All right, you are good. No worries there. All right, Spike Growth is up and active. Cool.
That's it.
All righty. It becomes difficult terrain when it moves in or within the area, blah, blah, blah. Transformation is camouflage like natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast. Okay, I see what you're saying. So I will say the flying entity is like, oh, what is this? As they regard the ground springing forth from a magical effect, but the dwarvish corpse that you're seeing clearly is not acknowledging the existence of whatever you just cast, as it cannot see it. Okay. It is this guy's turn. Who shall I choose next? Let's try this again. He swoops down towards Telperion and is going to attempt to make 2 spear attacks at you. First,
That hits,
18 to hit,
since it's not a disadvantage anymore.
and second, 26. So both of these hit
I have
for a
to shield
total
one,
of.
because otherwise I'm gonna die.
Okay, so 15. So part of it is piercing, and you see his like trident is writhed in flame as it's burning you as well as piercing. So 15, and then another 18 for a total of 33 damage.
Yeah, my god. I rolled an 8, 9, 10, 11. I shield 11 of that, so what's 30, whatever, minus 11?
Minus 11, so 22 total damage.
I'm down.
as you fall off its trident, it just looks and says, "Ah, delicious. One of long elven life not even mattering cut so short. Wonderful. Who's next? I don't have much time to spare."
It's my turn now.
It is Telperian's turn. I need a death save.
A 9. It's the fail.
That is one failure. Jiri, it is your turn.
Fuck. I'm gonna say, Toby, help Telperion. I'm gonna run over to Roulette and try again. Roulette, come
Okay.
on, we need you, please. You're our friends.
Okay, so give me a persuasion with advantage. Nat 20, Roulette, I'll give you your wisdom save with advantage. With a 15, you shake off the influence of this creature reaching into your mind, and your will is your own.
I do not change my demeanor towards Jiri. I just stare at him and I wink.
And I say, oh, it's hopeless.
Okay.
All right, devil, we surrender. And I hop into the darkness.
Okay. Oh, a surrender. That will hurry things along. All right, Roulette, it is your turn.
I just need like half a moment.
Sure.
The devil is ground level now.
Yes, he swooped down to stab at Telperion. He's functionally inches above the ground, his wings still flapping, but yes,
Yeah.
he's occupying that space.
We haven't hurt him once yet, right?
He took.
He has
Wow.
taken a little bit of damage. I forget what
Oh,
from.
from
It
Mind
looks like he
Sliver
took
and a magic
7
missile.
damage.
Magic missile.
Well,
was
he
blocked.
blocked
Right,
magic
right.
missile.
I'm just going to strut 10 feet over to here. Actually, no, I'm just going to go down to here. I'm going to look up at the devil and just say, "May I?" And I will put my flail away, and I will go as if to just like slam down on Telperion, and I will cast a level 2 Cure Wounds onto Telperion.
Yes, please do. What? No!
Cast 2d8 plus 4.
Telperion, life is pumped back into you by a healing patch.
I don't know if it's 9 or 10.
It looks like 10. 3 plus 3 plus 4.
So I clicked the dot. I'm gonna say 10 because I wasn't looking at the other one. When I clicked cast, I didn't know it rolled, so I clicked the roll thing the second time. Ignore the first one.
Oh,
It's 10.
I see. Yeah, I didn't even see the 2 rolls. Yeah, it's 10.
It's 10. Bonus action. I'm gonna have.
I say, oh, Roulette, get back.
Actually, no. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to help him up,
Okay, that's fair game. Yeah,
which
you can
is
help
still
him to his
15
feet.
feet. So that Telperion is now standing there. This morning?
Yeah.
I don't. No, it didn't. Bonus action, I'm just gonna have Alfie move up here. Yeah, I'm gonna dump the final charge of the wand into this fuckhead.
Important distinction.
Okay.
I still have my reaction, I think. Right? Because it was my previous turn's reaction to use a shield.
And then it
Mhm.
became your death save.
And also, you did a death save, so it's been your turn since. So you absolutely
Right. So I do have a reaction now.
Yeah.
I'm going to. No, bonus action, force empowered, Alfie poking Rend.
Okay, with advantage for flanking.
It is plus 1d20 plus 4. I'm gonna roll 2d20 plus 4 just to get it out there. So, no, 9 to hit.
9 does not hit. It scrapes harmlessly against this guy's like very nice half plate armor, not injuring him.
And to end my turn, I will just stare at him, take out my flail, and say, "Enough with the mind tricks. Just fucking hit me, bitch."
You do feel an enhanced sense of confidence as you are immune to that mental affection for the rest of the day.
I felt
Toby,
it.
it is your turn.
Why did it? Okay. The dwarf didn't do anything on his turn.
Oh fuck! It was supposed to. It's just going to make 2 attacks at the person. What would it have run to do? It's trapped in darkness. It heard Tobirama. Tobirama, I think it's just going to make 2 attacks at you with disadvantage, standing
Does
where
it take any
is.
damage starting in the brambles?
No, you have
Yes.
to.
I don't think so.
Starts its turn or moves within. 2d4.
Uh,
Spike growth.
no. I don't
Moves
think
into,
so.
Moves into or
When
within.
a character moves into or within the area, but it's just going to try and swing its maul twice back and forth at you with disadvantage on each because it cannot see you, and you can see it. First attack. Good thing that's not an at 20,
I'll
but 24
spend a luck point for it to roll again.
to make it re-roll. Okay,
Yeah.
so this next roll is the roll. Good
Solid.
call.
No idea.
When you spent a luck point earlier, didn't you?
I spent
in
a
the
point of
previous
inspiration on the last fight, and then
No, you used a luck point because you clarified to tell Pyrian. Oh, that was a luck point in case you were worried about me using inspiration. You clarified it was a luck point.
Then I
You
take,
could use it at point of inspiration here to make this happen, but otherwise it's going to hit you.
No, it hits me.
Okay, so 24 to hit. For 10 was the original roll, so 10 bludgeoning damage. And are you concentrating on? You're concentrating on spike growth, so I do need. So you're good on that.
18.
But you do take 10 damage, and then the second attack also with disadvantage.
Nice.
Another nat 20, but disadvantage does not hit you. This one you see it coming, and it does not hurt. So that was that. So now it's Tobirama's turn.
Okay. I don't need to spare the dying because he is up. Shit, me being right.
You do see this zombie is like its flesh is like falling off its bones. You guys had bloodied it as just a reminder that it's not looking particularly virile. Well, I had that. Okay, that's always good to remember. I will run out. Let me just read this. Speak one. Oh, first one. 4 is out. Choose following options.
Okay. I'm going to move here. Wait, no, stop. I'm gonna drop my candle on the ground right here.
Okay. I'll just remember that.
Okay.
Let's pull the aura off you, but your candle is there. Okay. Good to know.
I'm gonna move
Candle's
here.
next to it. Okay, you do need to, I think, make a dex save to not injure yourself in the
Just
brines.
It just happens.
Oh yeah, so you do take 2d4 piercing.
Big money, no whammies.
That is technically like right there. So you do take some damage. I do need you to make a con save.
Right. This +2. So
Oof.
Good. Glad none of this has worked the way I wanted it to.
Yeah,
Spike growth
unfortunately,
goes
the
away.
spike growth does drop.
Okay, I will go. That's 10, 15, 20. Pulling out the decanter, I'll use my action to say geyser, and I'll use the bonus action to have him make a DC strength throw.
Give me
I'm
1 second.
blasting a line this way.
Okay, got it. He needs to make a strength save.
That's
18.
enough.
He is blasted with water, but holds his ground. You almost extinguished my trident.
I'm gonna keep that going. Put him. That's so unfortunate that I'm right before him. Because even if I get him prone, that's not doing a whole lot. He'll just get up. That's action, bonus action, movement. That's it.
Okay, it is his turn. I'm sure I could handle all of you, no problem, but this is looking rather... I'm being surrounded, so let's get rid of that. He surges 15 feet into the air, or 20, let's say, but all of you that are within attacking range can try and hit him with an attack if you would wish.
Am I at advantage because Alfie and I are flanking?
I think the way the rule is that the trigger happens before the reaction. So his movement is proccing the thing. So the movement happens first. So I would say no, since he's up at an angle, but you can take the attack.
Okay.
He's not technically in between you guys anymore as soon as he moves up, but it still procs a thing.
18 to hit.
Also, even him moving up is actually not even out of your range, so it's when he moves out of that. So furthering the point, but 18 does hit.
Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oof. Got it. Oh, a magic blade of some sort. That actually hurt.
You got a lot.
Should have put you out when I had the chance.
Neither Alfie nor Roulette are swinging.
Okay. Nothing from Toby?
No.
Okay. As he gets up into the air, he is going to use his action to dash and say, Gildren, would you try and finish them off? I have things to do. Mother's going to hate me, but I might as well at least take what I can. And is going to dash, land, and journey out of sight.
Which way? South and north?
No.
Back to the location he had come from behind the throne.
What did he say?
but
Mother's gonna hate me, but I have.
But I have to at least I have to at least take what I can. And as that happens, Gildren is going to follow its master's command, running through the darkness. What just happened? My game just crashed. Give me 2 seconds. It's already reloading. The corpse is going to run until it can see a creature, and it bumps into Toby, and it's going to take one at Toby, one at Alfie.
First one at Toby's at disadvantage per Alfie's reaction
Understood.
that he saved. And I'm very
Disadvantage against Toby first.
Thank
14 to
you.
hit. Will not hit. Then the second one at Alfie for 25 for
Got
12 bludgeoning damage. And both of you, with the flickering fire aura around this guy, take an additional 6 automatically. Toby Rama 6 and Alfie 6.
He chopped off one of Alfie's legs.
Oof. Roof stoof. And that will be his turn. Telperion, you are up.
Oh, and he's looking bloodied, right?
He's looking pretty rough, yeah.
What's his black line?
That's
the
That
my
is
darkness.
the
candle.
candle of darkness.
Oh, I have 10 hit points. First of all, I use my bonus action to drink a tea, or I'll use a tea for my ring.
Bonus action T. Got it.
That's
Roll
a
it.
D4. Oh, I should get it up, probably. I got you. Never mind. Don't bother. Oh no, it's 1d6 plus 2. Roll the 4, so 6 HP back. And then I gain 6 temp.
Okay.
All right. And I say, I'm not well enough to go after that thing on my own, but we need to stop it from whatever it's trying to do. And I'm gonna try to flank and knock this guy out as I proceed forward. So
Okay.
I can go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So,
Or-
Critter, you got rid of the darkness. That's
Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that, but
still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
So
that's super weird.
I can flank with Alfie, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Then
Yeah,
I'm gonna stand
he's a
right here
threatening
and swing
enemy.
twice.
he poked
Okay.
it out.
I'm at advantage on both.
Yep.
Oh my god, 8 plus 7. If I had a plus 1 sword, I would hit. That's a 15.
Just misses. Once again, clanging off, just scraping across his well-preserved breastplate.
11 plus 7 is 18.
Definitely hits.
Got 1. Wow, went from a 1 to a 2. 10 damage.
Definitely hurts him.
That's all I can do.
You carve into him, and he just like cocks his head toward you, eerily. Jerry.
Yeah.
So the thing that ran away is somewhere like in the back here. Is it?
Yeah,
out of
you
sight?
heard. It is out of sight, but you heard the motion of wings traveling above you in that direction.
So I can't see it at all right now. So
You
no-
can't see anything at all right now.
Oh yeah, I'm in the darkness. That's correct. Well, I will pop my head out of the darkness. My body's still
Okay.
in, and I will see that this guy is surrounded by my friends, and I will know that this space is where I can sneak up behind it.
Okay.
And
Yeah, and you hear
will-
its sounds of its undead like gurgling. So you know a location to strike from. You cannot see it, so your advantage from flanking and disadvantage from not being able to see it will cancel out, but you can make a
Well,
straight
hold on.
roll. Okay.
No, it cancels out because he can't see me, but then I get advantage from flanking.
That's all true, but multiple sources just go to a straight roll. They don't net gain advantage or disadvantage. You can have 10 sources of advantage, 1 disadvantage. It's a straight roll.
Invalidate that rule.
I will dislike that, but I will roll anyway.
Can he peek his head out? It's a sphere, so it's like round. It's like a dome.
I would say in that space, he's pretty fully in it.
Hey, 23 still hits.
It does still hit. Yes, you definitely successfully carve into this guy for 21 damage. This
It's still
being
alive.
is like brought to a knee and is trying to right itself up, but it looks really, really rough. And the second hit, wow, your modifier is crazy. Definitely hits for 19 damage. And it will do a thing. What damage was just taken?
Electrical.
19 total. Oh, it's not going to make this, but it'll try. It rolled really well, but with how hard you cleaved it through, its tethered flesh is trying to hold on to it, but it just like is too cut by your sword, and it just flops apart. Dead.
And I punch him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You punch him for extra certainty, and you just knock his head clean off his body as he's falling.
For thematics, in case anyone was wondering, the wand of magic missiles vibrated very violently in Alfie's grasp, and then
Oh, I see that. He rolled a 2.
I rolled it too.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Alfie,
okay.
even without a consciousness, got nervous.
All right. Jiri, was there anything else? I don't know why you disappeared. Oh, there you are. Anything else
I'll
from
be
you?
like, okay, guys, let's go get that other guy. Let's go.
Okay. Roulette, it is
And-
your turn.
I'll move a little bit.
Jiri's stumbling around in the darkness. And I just say out loud, I guess we're doing this. And I'm going to use my action to Dashel. I can't even see up there. I think that's about, nope, one more. So 60 feet up to here. And I'll just have Alfie come up next to me. Alfie can move further than I can. He'll be over here. I forget what we said. I feel like we said something about this rule where, like, if I'm proficient in something, I can do it as a bonus action.
Do it for
on my
free.
turn.
Yeah. Just for free. Not
Oh,
even
for
bonus
free.
action.
I want to just make a perception check because I like, just as we're running through this room, I know that there's big throne and then stuff off to the side. I want to just
Yep.
take
For sure.
at this
Yeah,
spot.
go ahead and roll perception. Oh, the spot you just looked past. Got it.
Yeah, over to the
Or
right.
ran past. Yep.
Mostly like making sure there's no enemies or anything interesting over there.
There didn't seem to be an enemy, but there was definitely a very large 3 foot tall, 2 foot wide oblong golden egg with spikes coming out of it. But that's what you clock over there as you're running past it, and then as you get to this spot, you do see an excavated portion of stonework behind the throne.
So this is gonna be dumb. So wait, I was here. Can I sit? So as I took my perception check, 20. Fuck. Nope, I'm gonna leave it. I ran this way. I clock it. That's it.
You clock it. Very well. Toby Rama.
Okay, I will run up, grab my candle, and put my hand over it, or I'll put it like
yeah, you can
under my
shroud it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll shroud
that's
it.
for free. Yeah.
And that was 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go 5, 10. And I too will use my action to dash.
Can you get rid of the circle?
1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4. I'll go here.
Can you look to the left as you get up there?
Or could I do the same thing as Roulette? I'm proficient in perception.
Yeah.
Check out that side of the room.
Absolutely. You saw a desk over there with stuff on it, but not sure what exactly was on it. What you do catch, even with this check and passive, is not only do you see the same excavated tunnel back here, you hear some version of chanting beginning.
From the hole?
Yeah, from back in the tunnel.
He's
Critter, just-
chanting something.
Critter, just as a question, the lava in the middle of the room, is that like a hole and it's down further, or is it like at level?
It's like deep enough where it's not visible from horizontal, but as you guys are running alongside it, you can see lava. So it's like 5 feet deep.
Thank you.
But now it is the individual's turn who is off screen doing a thing. I'm going to give him a roll.
Use all my resources to keep myself low.
Okay. You hear chanting continuing, and Telperion, it is your turn.
I'm debating healing myself or pushing Jiri. But I can get there. Ugh, I'm gonna bonus action heal, use my healing ring to give myself my last health potion.
Okay. Another
Let's-
2d4 plus 2.
I don't know what health potion is. Is it
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2? What?
I was gonna say, do you want to just? Alfie has a healing potion, and I said that at the beginning, but
Well, this one's in my ring. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. If I'm at 6, I'm very low. 3 plus 3, 4, 5. That's a really bad health potion. All right, the ring is empty.
Got it.
I can easily get here, and then have 10 more movement if I dash. I'm gonna do that.
My reaction to hand Telperion a health potion as he runs past me.
If you want to, sure. You can use your reaction to grab a healing potion and hold it out to the side. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 2 more movements left, and I have a health potion now. What's the situation with this area?
You
As I
see
try
the
to-
tunnel. You see this excavated portion of stonework leading in.
I
And
go in.
you can see a sense of
Yeah, I'll go in.
distance in that cavern. Okay, so you go ahead and push through the additional 10 feet. We'll say you do that.
Okay.
As you enter this cavern, you see about 30 feet away from you or so the devilish entity looking upward, holding a tome in his hand and chanting. And you see the pulsing of lights all over the vicinity in this weirdly shaped cavernous expanse. You're just seeing like blue light up in multiple locations, more and more each second that go by.
Yeah, okay. It's so stressful. That's all I can do.
Okay, Jiri.
All right, I'm gonna follow Telperion.
Okay.
Let's see how far I can get. I can get to about there in my regular movement. And then how far away is this guy from me?
He's about 30 feet in front of Telperion, but you can't really tell that from where you're standing right now, but you can hear the sound of chanting coming off from the distance.
So I can't see from here.
Not particularly. It's not like a large excavated portion. It's like person sized, so it's just hard to get a glimpse, but you could see light kind of filtering in from within that tunnel.
All right, I'll use my action to dash and continue in to get as close as I can to this person.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, take out some pebbles and breathe some
Okay.
magic into them as I'm running, just in case I need to like throw. I don't know how far away this person is as I'm running, but
Sure. So you can run past Telperion, dashing to get up to here, and you can now see the entity roughly 10 feet in front of you or so, actually 15 feet in front of you. And they look to you with a sly grin as they just keep reciting the chant of whatever they're doing. And you imbue your pebbles for sure.
I got no bonus action ranged attack, so I can't do anything else.
Okay. Roulette, it is your turn.
I have a question. Is it a 5-foot wide tunnel, or is it enough to go like two side by side?
You have to push past each other, but you guys can run through each other's spaces functionally.
Okay. Alfie can get right up next to Jirjir. But before that, Roulette is going to run right up behind Jirjir. And I see that same thing. I am going to stow my thingy, my flail, and I'm going to, well, shit's made of paper, right? And I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the book.
Okay. Also, give me an Arcana check for free since you're proficient with it and you can get some possible insight into what's happening. And then go ahead and give me a Firebolt roll.
16 on the Arcana.
16's enough to know that he's definitely activating runes that have been set into whatever this expanse is. But as they're shining, it's hard to get a sense of like your rosin cones are flaring in a weird way where it's hard to see what they're inscribed on, if it's just the wall or what, but you're definitely seeing runes being activated. And go ahead and give me a Firebolt roll.
As I'm doing this, I will shout, "It's magic! It's a machine! Break the parts! Break the whole thing!" And I'm just gonna attack with a firebolt at the book. Give me
He
an 20.
hears you casting and just preemptively waves his hand over to the side of him and casts shield, whether or not it's a good attack roll, which will bump his AC to 23.
Meets it, beats
which
it.
you still hit. So as soon as it hit the shimmering energy, your firebolt does strike the page. Go ahead and roll damage.
I would like a 7 and a 10. Nope.
Still good.
I like that you put your order in for what you wanted.
Yeah.
Got a 1 and a 10.
I will say the paper is vulnerable to fire damage. And as he is reading cockily,
Overconfidently.
just overconfidently,
Wants to say cock.
overconfidently gesturing to the side, he watches in horror as the page he was reading envelops in flames.
Yes.
No! So much work! That is your turn.
No. Bonus action. Alfie's gonna run up next to Jirjir. Alfie, get that burnt piece of trash away from him. And I'm gonna have Alfie use his action to launch his grappling hook directly at the book.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
So his force empowered rend is just plus the spell attack modifier. Should I use the same thing for this?
I would say yeah.
Okay. I would like a 19.
Yeah, you need to roll high. Unfortunately, with that shimmering arcane energy that your firebolt penetrated, Alfie's grappling hook is not able to. It harmlessly bounces off, and the coil is left dangling limp on the ground.
Just where I
Unsuccessful on
want it.
that part. But Toby Rama, unless Roulette has anything else, it will be
That's
your
my
turn.
turn.
I'm gonna run up to the side of Telperion, fumbling in my pack, grabbing out 2 vials and unstoppering them, and I will hold them out to Telperion. Holy water. Hit him with these, if you can.
I don't know. Can I even grab that stuff? I have a sword, and I'll try to grab.
I'm holding them out for you, and that's my turn. I don't.
Do something. Don't.
I
have a potion in the hand and a sword and other things to do. I tell you no. Why did you attack him?
As I'm doing that, I can also do a Toll the Dead on him. Wisdom saving throw.
Yes. He
it on
will
the
try
book.
to save.
Don't do it on the book. Don't do it on the book.
Toll the Dead on the book.
Tome the dead.
No.
You see like darkened bloodish veins start peeking through in dark jet black and start like rotting part of his skin away as you deal 20 necrotic damage.
Nice.
That creature is looking bloody. You guys have injured him enough to affect his composure. Is that it for Toby?
That's it.
I said, look at what you did. Put this stuff away.
It's holy water. It'll hurt him.
He looks at all of you, throws his book on the ground. You see all the runes start to fade, no longer glowing in bright activation. I will remember this, and I will come for all of you. And he circles his arms and vanishes in a puff of ash and cinder. And I think that's where we'll take a bio break, as there are no current active threats in the vicinity. Did I damage you at all in that fight, Toby?
Yeah, I'm less than half.
No, hell yeah. I forgot to mark you guys as HP, and I couldn't remember if I hurt you. Oh, shit. I'm gonna go refill my water real quick.
Yeah. I think
Well, okie dokie. You guys are no longer being threatened, and you are left in this excavated tunnel, which, although the entrance was merely 5 feet high or so, the expanse of this place is very tall, 80 feet high or so, and farther than 100 feet deep, and you lose vision as it gets very dark out ahead.
Someone grab that book. As I step in there, can I see more clearly like what the runes were like either built into or what they were linked to?
Yep.
'Cause I have a guess.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. You get some information for free, but we'll see how refined your mind is. 17's still really good with a 7. So this cavern seems to gradually move forward and curve to the right slightly out ahead.
Can I make a guess?
Uh-huh.
Are they inscribed on ribs?
They most certainly are. As you survey the space, you see that that dragon skull above the throne was not just severed and mounted to the wall, but rather that this whole chamber space seems to have been built around the skeleton of some ancient dead dragon. And what you are standing in right now is functionally inside the dragon's chest cavity, where you're seeing ribs expand all along the surface of this tunnel, and its spine and its legs out at the sides. And you are within the skeleton of a massive dead dragon. And all of the runes are etched into all of its rib cage, all of its arms, etc.
I'm deductive reasoning and direction of the thing's body. I'm assuming I was at the other end of it in that tiny little dig site that I was at.
You do some theorizing, and you're like, based on where the tail is for this and where that room was, holy shit, that's like the size of this creature just makes your stomach drop for a moment. If this is where it is and its tail, the tip of its tail is there is still unexcavated earth between them connecting the two.
And there's like
massive creature.
That
Bigger than the
ancient-
worm?
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask.
Say it again. Oh,
Bigger than the
I would
lava
say
worm?
much bigger. I would say in size, you guys didn't get a clear understanding of how long the worm was, but in terms of just general
Girth.
just size and
Girth.
yeah, all of that, you do suspect this is a larger creature. Who knows how long they are compared to the magma worm, but
So volume wise. Okay, Jiri
but larger than gargantuan.
Jiri will pick up the book. Is it still on fire?
It
I
is.
was gonna levitate it
It's-
if it's still.
It's smoldering at the page tips, and it's just like slowly crawling across the page, but it's not like ignited. But the page that was on was essentially disintegrated on impact. But you can have the tome.
I was gonna hand it to Toby and be like, Toby, put it out.
Oh, I'll do water gun on it.
Yeah. So you are able to put it out,
Splash.
preventing any
Flash.
or splash, preventing any further damage. But you now have in your hand, like, kind of a grossly red leather-bound tome that has all sorts of runic incantations written throughout its pages.
Anybody recognize that spell? Did that thing just cast before it vanished?
No
I'd say
idea.
Roulette could give an Arcana check to get a sense.
13.
You know, it's some translocation spell. Like, he clearly disappeared, but you didn't know the language he was casting within, and so therefore it's a little difficult to ascertain.
He could be 300 feet to 3 miles away. I'm not sure, but he bamfed out of here pretty fast, which I wouldn't mind doing either. But there's a couple things back in that other room I think I want to grab. I don't know, confiscate from whatever fuck that was. Is there anything else in this room besides like the book and then the ribs?
Not specifically. The tome and the excavated skeletal structure of this beast seem to be the only thing of note in this chamber, cavern,
And
tunnel.
I'm assuming these ribs are like 30, 50 feet in the air, and they are probably like 6 feet in diameter.
Yeah, not 6 feet in diameter, like 30 feet in diameter.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Massive.
Yeah. Mental picture. And I will retreat back into the other room. Heading over to the egg thing I saw.
Yeah. You are able to make it over there. I'll put you right next to it.
Thank you.
This seems to be an oblong egg-like structure, though it has a series of hooked thorn-like spikes jutting out from various angles all over its exterior. And it seems to have been painted or coated or maybe even cast entirely from pure gold. It is a very shining, glimmering gold. If you reach out for it and try and move it, it does give. It's set onto a nice pedestal, but it's like 20 pounds. It's very heavy.
Well, I appreciate that you saved me an investigation check. I mean, I would very gingerly do it, and I want to make sure I'm not going to like Indiana Jones this and have something come crashing down on me. But upon inspecting it, it just looks like it's gold.
It just looks like it's pure gold. You also, passive investigation even, determine this isn't trapped, there's no pressure plates, weird things, and you suspect so far in your time here, there's not any traps in this cavern or this chamber. It's like the whole series of things before was in service to protect this space, and there's no further protection within here.
And this thing is 3 feet tall, 2 feet across.
Mm-hmm.
I look down at
very
my bag.
large.
I look down at my bag. Can it fit in the bag?
You think your bag is like roughly 2 feet in diameter? It'd be a squeeze, but possible.
I almost don't want to do that.
Just put it in our backpack.
I'll turn the bag upside down and just like pull the bag down over it to get it in.
Do you really pull the bag upside down?
No, I don't, because I know that dumps the contents out. I'll tilt the egg over and then turn the bag sideways and
I'm gonna say this takes you literally like 5 minutes to coax it into the bag, but you do functionally fit this gold egg into the bag of holding.
Beautiful. While I'm doing that, someone go check the other side. I think there was like a desk or something over there. See if we need information.
I'll go do that. I'm not. Telpier's not really saying a lot. I'm going over here. You just
go ahead and give me an investigation check. Some stuff you'll see for free, but curious of thoroughness.
11.
You definitely see that what's on the table is a somewhat large, 1 foot wide or so, smoothly crafted obsidian coffer box, like a large chest. And as you try and pick it up, you almost can't at first. It's roughly 150 pounds.
Dang.
So you can functionally lift it, but it surprises you, the heft on this thing.
I gingerly open it.
Filled to the brim with gold and silver, and you see a couple platinum pieces.
Roulette, get that bag over here.
1 second!
While they're doing that, back in the rib room, Jiri is gonna want to try to take some type of like bone souvenir. So are the like ribs like accessible to him to like slice off like a tip of one or something like that?
You could go to the side. The tunnel has been excavated around the skeletal structure, so functionally the ribs are acting like a circumference holding up the rest of the space almost. So most of them is exposed. So while you can't reach the ceiling with a sword strike, you could certainly try and go off to the side on one of the lower ends and try and saw off part of that if you would like.
Yeah, I want to chop part of that off, and then maybe I'm gonna look up to the skull and see if there's any way for me to get up there to maybe pry out a tooth or something like that.
You definitely are able to cut off like a chunk of a rib, but it's like very hard even with your magical blade to chop through. But you do get like, let's say like an arm's length chunk of ancient dragon bone. And when you come out to the other side, the chamber with all your friends again, that head is held aloft like 70, 80 feet in the air. So you can try to get up there in whatever capability you have to do so.
Roulette, once you're done getting all that gold, can you climb up there and get me a dragon tooth?
Oh, sure. 1 second. I feel like there's a final fun moment where like the very tip of the egg is still out, so it still weighs as much as like 9 cubic feet of gold weighs, and then it's just super light again.
For sure.
I'll first head over to Telperion to take the 150 pounds of gold.
Mm-hmm. 150. The copper itself has a lot of weight to it, so you're not sure how much is the contents and how much is the copper itself, but a very heavy chest full of gold.
The chest would be too big to put in the bag itself, right?
No, you think you could probably fit that in there.
I help you get the bag in there, or the chest in there.
Okay.
I will add that. Actually, I'll just give the bag to Telperion and let him do that. Can I, upon hearing Jiri asking me to go climbing, can I climb up to this dragon's maw and try and wriggle free a bunch of teeth?
Real Tomb Raider style, like Piton's climbing up there, dangling from the ceiling to help, like you're like sitting on this contraption you've done so you can like saw at it. You can remove 1 dragon tooth.
Just 1?
How many are you trying to do?
I was gonna just try and see how many I could wiggle out, but
Okay.
if there's just 1 wiggleable,
I mean, they're all visible. So this is now a time investment. How much do you want to pursue this?
2 at the most.
Okay. So you can get 2 dragon teeth in the course of 5 minutes, sawing with or even like blunt, kind of getting a piton and hitting it with your hammer to like try and shear a point in. Over the course of a couple minutes, you can get 2 ancient dragon teeth.
Isn't it Python?
Yeah, piton, whatever.
I've never heard it said out loud, actually. Now that I'm hearing someone else say it.
They talk about it a lot in campaign 3. Piton, whatever the fuck.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then I'm back down with my winnings.
I'm gonna check out the king, or corpse of the king.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check again, just for the thoroughness of the search.
Also, I was using my mind to hold the bag of holding, and then I'm like shoving this chest in there. I feel like I think it's really funny that you had your awkward thing, and Telperion was like ready to like shove, and then you just kind of put the bag down, and he was like, oh, sure, I'll do it myself. And like, so anyway, I just like that both have this awkward thing. All right, so I go over and I check out the king, and I'm going to take out his crown and like start debating what to do.
Yep.
I rolled in worse than before. Rolling 3 plus 6 is 9.
Okay. You don't get anything like in pockets or something. Most of his clothes have rotted and have given way to the age of time. But what are very clearly on his person are his very well preserved metal breastplate with all sorts of draconic imagery carved and etched into it, and his boots, which are like a deep red-black leather that have weirdly, with leather, this would have rotted a long time ago. These are clearly enchanted to some degree to have stood the test of time.
Thinking to myself, I value long life, but I'm going to take these things off of this corpse. And I start taking the boots off him.
Flashback to our first dungeon where he's just eviscerating a leg.
And then I think maybe I'll leave the crown as penance for taking these things, but I'll have to check the crown up to decide how guilty I feel. I'm just
You're able to slip the boots off, and you're able to unhook and unstrap and get off the breastplate from him, although it is a foul process, pulling this away from the flesh of a zombie. But you have those 2 items.
My little elvish mind palace of like not caring just from being Telperion, like just like I don't give a fuck. I'm just being nasty at this point.
Function over reverence right now for sure. Yeah. Well, you have that breastplate and those boots for sure.
Does a breastplate? I'm like sniffing at it, looking. Does it seem magical or does it just seem nice?
It seems really nice. Like this would have rusted over time too.
Y'all, I think we got some really cool things off this guy. Let's put his corpse back on the throne so we're not totally being horrible. What, Jerry?
Before you do that, let's investigate the throne. Maybe
Yeah,
there's
that was,
something secret compartment or something.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I will pick up as reverently as possible. I'll lift the kings after I stripped him, and I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah, Jiri, were you leading the charge on that, or were you directing someone else to do so?
No, I'd probably be like, while Seraphion's doing that, I'm gonna grab Toby and be like,
Toby, come help me check this throne out.
Okay. So I'll say
after I
with
get
your
my tooth from Roulette as well. I need
sure you have your tooth, and with Toby's help, you can roll perception or investigation with advantage,
I'll give you a D.
I'm gonna help Toby.
or you can help Toby.
Investigation advantage.
Investigation or perception.
Oh. 17.
17's enough to know that as soon as you brush away, there's a very finely, somewhat rotting, but clearly was fine silk at some point, kind of draped over the back of the chair that fell to the cushion of the chair and then draped down to the seat of the chair. As you're like ruffling or rifling around through that space and pulling it to the side, the silk tapestry kind of shifts over to the side and you see a hollow base at the under the chair where you can find a larger than normal vial bottle of reddish liquid, an even larger bottle of reddish liquid, as well as 2 scrolls.
Can I read either of the scrolls?
I don't want to ask you, is this on your spell list? Because then that kind of ruins the mystique. So I'm going to look it up real quick to see what these are, or whether you can read them rather. You cannot read that one. And the other one is... Unfortunately, you cannot read either.
Jerry,
take a
Roulette, yeah, either of you guys checking this out. Also, Roulette, here, take this. I'm putting it in your pocket. I'm going to give you my scroll.
Water rock.
Water breathe.
Oh,
Water
sorry.
breathing. Lava breathing. Scroll of lava breathing.
I want to check out the crown while they're looking at the scrolls.
Yep. You can check out the crown. What are you investigating about the crown?
Well, I looked at it in the heat of battle and I thought it was something other than
It looks ornate and valuable.
Does it? There's obviously, you said there's a huge diamond in it.
Mm-hmm.
And is it seeming really well preserved? Magically so?
Made from obsidian and gold. You're not seeing any rust that would accompany other metals. You do see little chips in the obsidian, but nothing that signifies one way or the other whether this is well preserved or just naturally preserved.
I'm gonna put the corpse back on the throne.
You situate that back on. Oh, there was also one additional potion, a much smaller than even a potion of healing, of like shimmering red liquid as well.
Can they read
All right,
this?
what are these? What are the scrolls? Let me see it.
I want to get out of here.
Oh, why?
I don't know.
Could even rest here.
Oh, we could take a short rest.
Jiri, you are also frustratingly unable to read either of the scrolls.
Dang. Oh wait, where that? Try to read this.
Can I take a peek?
You do recognize the glyph work of this scroll, and it seems to be one of wall of stone and one of wall of fire.
It says artificer only on the top.
Yeah, I think
Many classes also that aren't in this campaign.
yet.
Wall
Yeah.
stone.
No, I think I know what these are. It's
Wall of fire.
pretty intense, big things. One makes pretty much just like a wall of big rocks and stone and stuff. The other one, same thing, but entirely made of fire. They're pretty intense spells. This is like something I've only ever heard of in like a fairy tale kind of thing, but I knew functionally it's something I can do.
You do have a memory of seeing Wall of Fire cast once.
Oh,
Do we?
dragon coming out of it, probably.
Oh yeah.
Arknight
yeah.
and Gallus
Arknight,
were
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
blocked off from a wall of fire separating you from their one-on-one combat.
Before we go check out the rest of the room, this king. I'm of two minds. We could leave the corpse here as it was, as the dwarves originally intended, resting in the place of the skeleton. We could take the crown, or we could leave it with the crown. I feel a little guilty taking it. Or we could burn his body in the lava so someone can come and then use it for evil again. We've kind of desecrated it. I feel like it might be a little more like true to him, but I'm not sure. What do y'all think? Toby, you like
say-
death? Or you care about death?
His body has become so corrupted. There's nothing reverent left about it. I think the burning is a good option.
Were you gonna say that, Jerry, too?
Yeah, I think we should burn it, but I definitely think we should keep the crown.
I'm not opposed.
It's a cute crown.
It is cute. Well, also, I wonder if we couldn't present it to someone who might be more meaningful left on this throne. The throne's enough of a symbol of his reign, right?
I mean, I think
Yeah.
the entire tomb here was built in his memory. Whether or not his body's in here, I don't think it's pertinent to the memory of who this great king and
I think
lord was.
I think Toby's right.
Plus, if anybody asks, we've got, the story that, he was an evil zombie and being used for evil, so we did the right thing.
It's true. I think it is. I think that's true. Well, one more pat down before I gently lay it in the lava.
Yeah, you don't ascertain that there are any available pockets or anything on this individual, so you drop him. There's a slightly unnerving splash of bubbles of lava that kind of poke up, but as soon as the corpse hits the lava, it's entirely ignited, and over the next couple seconds, it sinks in and is charred completely.
In Dwarvish, I'll just say it in English, since I don't know. I'll say Great King, or because they have that title, so
It is Kegaruta. I misspoke earlier when I said Kigaruza. It was Kigaruta, which you guys had determined the previous.
That's what I was wondering.
Kegaruta.
Yeah. Kegaruta.
So I'll say Kegaruta. You're best known for slaying the Cinder King. Find peace and purity in this flame here. A little prayer to him as he goes.
Very well.
Well, I saw a few more doors. Would you all want to rest a little while before we get going again?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Alfie starts to repair himself and falls over. As he's not doing too well at repairing himself. And then he does better. 20. I'm just going to do the last one.
Yeah.
These doors over here, Crit.
They are, and as you poke through them, they seem like the doors have been ripped off the hinges and scoured for anything of use or threat or etc. But nothing is functionally left available in those rooms. Just those braziers that are similar to the entry to rooms.
Can sorry.
Oh, I was breathing.
I want to go into one of the rooms, and having been the most up close and personal to the other braziers on the other side of the bridge, can I just inspect these braziers to see if there's anything magical or triggering about them at all?
Sure, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
And the ones I'm speaking of are like the 4 in the small rooms.
Sure. Yep.
Oof.
One or 8.
With these braziers seem to have somehow weathered more than some of the stonework out in the other spaces, and you're not able, you can maybe make out some like grooves in the stonework, but nothing that signifies language or runic inscription or anything intelligible.
Gotcha. Did we check out the other room in the bottom left or middle left?
I checked out this left one, and he said there's nothing of value. It looks like it's been looted. I'm gonna start just kind of resting over here. And I'm gonna take out the breastplate and the crown and the boots. Well, you can't identify today, can you?
I mean, I can look at it, but not much more than that.
I kind of want to try checking these out while we're resting. I don't want to head back out into there without having rested first. And
No, I think that makes sense. I think we could at least. Do you want to spend the night here, or do you just want to recoup a little bit? And
how long has it been since we took our long rest?
You backtracked a couple hours, then proceeded through the next 2 hours of this thing. So half a day, less.
Okay, let's just do a short rest.
So it's like noon, like two in the afternoon-ish.
Okay.
Okay.
Depending on what time you technically woke up, yeah. But you guys can all successfully take a short rest and let me know if there's anything you're specifically hoping to do over the course of that time.
Because I am perpetually interested in finding someone's notes and learning about them, I will spend part of the short rest just passively looking over the desk and noting that they found something hidden in the throne, potentially looking for any sort of like drawers or secret buttons or anything where a nerdy artificer might keep some secret notes.
Sure. Go ahead and do a Arcana check.
That's better.
You are very thorough, and you recognize that the coffer set into this display in the other loot in this space seem to be the only thing of value at this desk. Confident that nothing was left behind or missed. I probably should have had that be investigation, not Arcana, but same thing.
Same thing. It would have been higher.
During the short rest, I want to definitely check out those two with maybe roulette. But also, I want to pull out the coffer again and see like if anyone's bored, we could count this in the meantime. I'm gonna be checking out those items, but if someone's free and they want to count it up,
Toby and I can count. You check out all the magic items.
I'll report what they do if roulette and I can figure it out.
Okay. Over the next hour, because that's a very light activity, is counting coin. Toby, Rama, and Jiri, with you guys together, can determine that there is 3,215 silver pieces.
Wait. 3,000 what?
3,215 silver. 2,108 gold. And 108 platinum.
Neat.
That's a decent haul. Not that I know how much that is.
Altogether, the coin weighs about 108 pounds alone, and the coffer adds another 30 pounds or so to that. It is almost a 150-pound situation there.
At some point,
and might threaten the bag's inventory.
I was gonna say at some point, roulette would have like, this bag got a little heavier. Let's be careful with how much we throw in here.
Well, we could split up some of the coin and now onto our persons.
Ooh, we could have Shadow Moby carry it.
Is that safe?
I mean, he's never dropped anything ever.
The bag is good. The bag is good for a bit more.
Okay.
If we find another giant golden egg made of solid gold, man, someone might have to carry it.
We'll give that to Moby.
Or we'll sacrifice it somewhere.
So roulette, I saw him. He jumped with these boots, and they were like fire. So I think it has something to do with jumping and fire. So we can guess as to that one. I don't know what the breastplate's about.
I mean, it probably just makes him stronger. I don't think he did anything else. I mean, he was swinging pretty hard and several times at us, but I can't really tell.
I'll say give me an Arcana or Investigation. One can give it with advantage, or you can each give me a version of that roll.
Why don't you? I wouldn't be in the back seat trying to propose with you, so I think you should roll at advantage.
I will do Arcana because I feel like Investigation does not make sense on that one, but we'll do Arcana.
Really, really high. The boots you think are, as Telperion suggested, you don't know all the properties of them without magically understanding them or attuning to them, perhaps, but they are very clearly deeply like black mahogany, almost jet black, but you can see like a mahogany red tint to them. So well preserved, they're absolutely magical, and you would think, based on some deduction with the effects, yeah, they probably do lend additional mobility of some kind and some kind of fire effect, but past that, you're not sure the specifics. In the breastplate, you determine that not only is its flawless sheen of this metal engraving with draconic imagery clearly enchanted to some degree because of its longevity, but it's also set onto a backing that to make the wearer more comfortable, like the same kind of leather of the boots, a dark black mahogany leather.
Yeah, no, Telperion, neither one of these things is magical. I'll hold on to them.
I think we should both hold on to them at the same time. Do you want to try attuning them?
No, it's no, my daily focus on things that are magical on me, and I point to flail, shield, and ring. I'm tapped out as far as things I can focus on, but these are definitely magical, and let's get back to town or village or whatever the hell it was, and I can take a look at it tomorrow.
Sure. And I'm going to start unattuning the ring of the contingency van. Okay. Does the breastplate look like that need attunement? I don't even know.
Yeah, not sure. It
So
just looks
Period,
magically enhanced.
I mean, I know we both touched this, so it's definitely not as I'd say virile as that sword you got in your sheath over there, but it's. I was gonna say tap the brakes, but I don't know what brakes are. Let's pull the reins a little bit on this.
Yeah, we should be cautious. I'm pulling the boots on.
You're putting the boots on.
Yeah. As you say that.
Okay. I'll say these checks could have happened fairly early in the duration. Also, yeah. So you can, if you're choosing to attune to these over the course of the rest of the short rest, which you're free to do, you can add the Boots of Boost and Blaze to your inventory.
We love alliteration.
Oh, Crit loves alliteration.
I am a sucker for it.
I am gonna just do some hit die rolling, just
Sure.
top off.
I would say roulette also, outside of your hit die rolling, you can determine the other potions based on some just basic understanding of arcane. There is a potion of fire resistance, a potion of greater healing, and a potion of superior healing.
Oh no, wait, actually dibs.
Greater, superior, and fire resist.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you read it?
Well, and then I applied it.
Oh, okay.
Telperion gets up and he starts walking even faster than he did before.
Oh my god.
45.
No, 40.
But you can make it 45 sometimes, right?
That's true.
Jir, you're gonna have to start running faster to catch up with his ass.
That's true. Gotta go. Also, I don't dibs these per se. I just wanted to try them on. I'm gonna start on hit die too.
I'm gonna hang out with Toby while we're counting and be like,
Yo, Toby, what's going on? You look like you could use a vacation.
I I am just spent emotionally from all of that stress.
Well,
It
maybe
just
doing a-
sucks. It just sucks when we walk into trouble and I can't help.
oh, but you can help. Being cheerful and keeping us motivated is always helpful. Maybe.
Here's
counting-
your decanter back. I was not very good with this.
Nah, man, you did great. Maybe counting all these coins will make you feel better. Sometimes just doing like a mindless task makes me feel better.
I hope so, Jiri. I appreciate it.
I can do
38. You're at 59.
Oh, I had hit points. I tapped it. No, I did a T at the end.
We all ready to get out of this forsaken mountain?
Let me check to make sure everything reset. That should reset.
I think this, Toby, is the definition of a hellhole. And I think we can
I have a psionic energy die back.
we can definitely get out of here.
Yeah, we need a vacation after this. I don't want to stay in this mountain. This mountain sucks.
Before we take any other steps, because I know we're about to walk right back through another temptation. That first room we walked into had a giant anvil in the middle of it with a bunch of
Yeah.
ballistae pointed at it.
Oh, now that I rested, I'm feeling better. I can just go grab it.
Also, it's gonna be heavy. Also, I rested, and now I don't feel so naked anymore, so I'm a little bit more useful than I was. So I can help with some kind of scheme.
I do have ideas about this, so Jiri, I think when I last looked, and I'll say this as we're starting to walk back, like slowly at a pace. Jiri, I don't know that those ballistae were technically protecting thievery of that anvil, because at least from what I saw, it looked like it was meant to be there. And I'm wondering if it's, you may not have spent much time in like a smithing store or room or something, but like the quality of the anvil that you're smithing against is important to how kind of strong some of these weapons are. So I'm wondering if it's protecting not the theft of it, but like the use of it. So
genius.
So I do think, Jiri, your specific mode of transportation for kind of floating might come into play, and I want to float the idea, and maybe you or me, closer to that anvil, and I want to throw that out there before we get there and we go batshit crazy with temptation of jumping over there. Because from what I saw, I think it was something pressure related. And DM, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when I did my investigation check or perception check, it seemed like it was pressure related. Like if you stood there, you'd get shot.
It seemed like the runes carved into the ground were kind of anchored in 4 different points that should something almost like your understanding of theoretically, you don't have access to glyph of wording, but like functionally some effect has been bound to that place, and should a trigger occur, whatever that trigger is, yes, might activate some protection of some sort.
Okay. So as we're doing that conversation, start
That was a
walking.
lot of big words. All I heard was floating, and that sounds cool with me.
Can we go back to the other map? So, Roulette, do you think that we could angle the ballistae away?
No, I think when I looked at those things, they are gigantic. They are set in place. They are not even meant to be mechanically triggered in any way or moved. If I had to guess, it's not even a physical projectile that comes out of that. It's going to shoot some sort of magical beam or you know that we have the wand that shoots. It's
Yeah.
that, but like imagine a dragon-sized version of that.
So you think I like your idea a lot. I don't think it would make sense to try to take that with us. But are you thinking that you might get over there and try to like improve a weapon or smith something?
I don't know. I don't even. That's my guess. DM, from what we're looking at, the glyphs that I saw, they're up on this pedestal, or are they
Yep.
on this whole thing?
They seem to be on the same upraised, the highest raised pedestal that the anvil itself is on.
So from my initial check way earlier, theoretically, someone could stand-
Theoretically, someone could stand there and not trigger an effect, you think.
Telpyrion, jump across.
Oh, actually, I can with these boots on. I didn't mention
my
that.
God.
But I could have done that anyway without the boots. But
Telpyrion, hold on.
I like go to jump, but I'm kidding because I'm not going to. I don't know anything about smithing. I could jump across, but I don't think it would do much.
Telpyrion, can you lift Alfie right now?
Yes, I have 2 lifts in me. That's all I've got. Is 2.
I don't want to make Alfie jump over there. Even though he probably actually, what is his strength? His strength is.
Are you thinking you'll send Alfie to do the smithing?
I don't. No. I want to just test to see if someone or something can stand like right here in this corner, just to get a closer look.
I can get a closer look if you want.
And if you step over there and you die and you fall 100 feet down into the lava, I don't want that to happen. Alfie, I can rebuild.
Send Shadow Moby. If he dies, I'll just resummon him.
All right. Can you do that infinitely, or does it cost you magic from your day?
Oh, Shadow Moby does whatever I tell him to do.
No, but like, does it cost you? Can you do it? Can you summon him as many times as you want?
Oh yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go, Shadow Moby.
You see a mostly translucent, barely visible image of like shimmering steam float across. And are you sending him to a specific spot on this map?
I'm just gonna send him to like stand. I think that
Okay.
was the goal, was just to see if
Yep.
if something can survive just standing on the rock right there.
Unseen Servant, does that have a flying speed? Does it have to jump? I don't know if
I'll
this
just-
is if it can float. It weighs next to nothing, so Telpyrion could functionally probably lift it, but
I was thinking I could Kair him.
If it weighs next to nothing.
If it weighs less than
I'm
10
gonna-
pounds.
I'm gonna say it has a flying speed. It's just like translucent mist. It
A floating
kind of has
speed, yeah.
similar. It has functionally like similar to gaseous form. It just floats according to Jiri's direction. But so it floats over to that spot and kind of sets its feet on the ground.
Okay, if it's safe for Shadow Moby, it must be safe for Telpyrion. Go ahead, jump, Telpyrion.
Oh, that's Jiri logic. I don't know. Roulette, what do you think?
No, but no. This is helpful at least. I mean, we're doing step by step because I'm desperately interested in what this thing does.
Oh, I'm so precious. I don't want to die, but I'll try.
Take those boots off before you go over there in case you die.
You can float.
If I die, I'm taking these boots with me.
Leave the sword too.
Actually, I do. Leave the
No,
sword.
just
kidding.
put use one of your floats and move Alfie over there. Alfie's a bit more substantial weight wise than Moby 3.
But here's my question: isn't that just going like from 0.5 to 0.075? Because like Alfie's not alive. Wouldn't you rather just see a live person over there? I can go over there for a moment.
Jump.
I'm just saying, like, if we waste 2 of my last 2 floats of the day on Alfie, and then we still don't know if a human should like a creature still can be over there safely or not.
Jump.
I'm like pushing out Jiri away. As I assume Jiri's like starting to like try to push me over there. God, I wish.
I'm not preparing the spell, but I take out my Vortex Warbler, which is what I use to cast Vortex Warp, and I'm readying the use of it for the next round.
Sure.
I'm gonna die.
Be
So you
positive, Telpyrion. You'll make
You want
it.
me to jump over there? That's what you're saying.
Do it.
All right. I'll take a 10-foot. Oh god. Okay, I'll take a 10-foot run and I'll jump and land here.
As you jump with these new boots, the jump feels effortless, as even without intending to, as soon as your feet leave the ground, there is a puff of fire and cinder launching you into the air, and you almost have to like overcorrect a little bit as you go a little further than you intend to using your normal strength. I'm gonna have you make an acrobatics check just to see how this enhanced jump happens for the first time ever.
You have that +4 going for you.
18. What's the +4?
Okay.
Guy
That's good
slapped
enough.
you on the back.
You do sail further than intended, but you land safely on this. This
30-20 with the guidance.
Okay, beautiful. So you do still carry further than normal, functionally twice as far, but you do safely land on the other. And like, holy shit, these are really strong. And you now know that you can jump twice as. You already knew this attuning to them, but you can jump twice as far with these, and therefore, you have to use less strength to get the distance you used to have to cover.
Jerry, I'm glad I didn't leave the boots. But anyway, I'm over here. What do you want to know?
Don't move first. Does it look like the anvil can actually be removed, or is it built into the thing?
I peer and see if there is if it's carved up and attached.
Make an investigation check.
Nat 20.
It is very clear that although the metal itself is metal and the dais around it is stone, and there's a very clear differentiation between the two different materials where they meet, from where you're peering, it looks like the anvil was placed and this stone dais was built around it. So it's not something that can be lifted out of this stonework, but is a separate metal and therefore probably a separate entity from the stone.
It's not carved from the same thing, but I think the dais was built around the anvil, so I think we're not getting it out. And the dais is attached.
Seems built into, more or less built into the structure holding it up.
I think it's pretty stuck here.
DM, I'm going to make a quick request.
Mm-hmm.
A short rest retcon. Knowing that I was thinking about this anvil and also actively thinking about my attunements. During my short rest, could I have attuned back to my Smith's Companion's tools?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally fair game. What are you unattuning?
I will unattune the ring because I've already used it.
Very well.
While I'm searching and looking to see if it's connected, I also just want to see if I can, without getting close, perceive anything magical about this anvil. Like, does it look super special?
I would say, with continuing the previous check, very clearly magical, considering all of the glyph work on the dais is spiraling intricate runic carvings all around it, and similarly patterned, but etched into different material up the anvil as well.
Roulette, you're gonna want to see this.
Tilperian, do me a favor and just standing long jump, get back here, please.
So, without looking up the rules, knowing my jump is doubled, I think my standing jump is far enough to get me across, right? I don't know what a standing jump is versus a running jump.
It's literally half. So running jump is you can cover 18 feet. So your standing jump is 9. So now your standing jump is 18, functionally like 20. So you can standing jump 20 feet.
Fuck that.
I standing jump
behind you.
Yeah,
I'll say whoever's attuned to the boots can do.
There you go. I standing jump behind Jerry.
Okay, no.
Yeah, but Jerry's pretty tall, so like, how are you gonna get over?
I standing jump here in the middle, but I can't. So it's like right on that little square.
So okay, good. So we're experimenting. I love this scientific process that we're all included in right now. Next step, we got to see what potentially, if anything, triggers these things.
I have a question. I have
Shadow Moby.
I have 2 movements left. Could I try to move 2 of those a different direction? So they are they cemented in the ballista?
They looked like they were cemented in, if I remember correctly.
They look similar to the anvil, different material, metal built into stone structure, but they do look fixed in a way that you didn't see any indication of like gears or moving mechanisms where these things like readjust or re-aim. They seemed fixed in place, but
So here's
different
here's
material.
My deduction on this. That anvil's meant to be there. Those ballistae are there, meant to be there, pointed at that anvil. If you wanted something protecting something in the middle there, activating the ballistae is not going to destroy the anvil. It's just going to hurt or kill whatever's standing next to it. So I think it's meant to be there. It's got some sort of protection on it, but I desperately want to get over there and try and use it.
I think it's there for a reason, and someone has to be able to use it, or else they would have just destroyed it. So I think it's a matter of either tricking the ballista, destroying them, or finding a way for you to work without actually touching. We have a potion of levitation.
I do have a potion of levitate that I can use.
But I don't know if you simply standing over the anvil or touching it, I think it's probably the dais that would get triggered because they are separated.
You've got one of those hefty movements, right? You can.
Yes, I could. Yes.
You can move. Oh, what if I gave you a boulder?
If you gave me 2 boulders, I could. If you left it right here, I was just eyeing the angle. I could get it 10 feet over, and I could.
It's 25 feet in the air.
Oh, the ballistas are 25 feet higher?
They're very high. They are 20 foot higher.
No. The one thing I want to test is what you were talking about. If you float the boulder over the thing, over the dais, but don't drop it, float it just over it to see if the presence of anything over there activates these ballistae.
Okay.
Okay, or I could do that with Shadow Moby really quick.
Well, let me try Shadow Moby because I can move him for free. So I'm gonna push Shadow Moby.
Yeah, just do Shadow Moby.
I mean, he can move himself too.
Oh, he can fly. I forgot. Yeah, make him hover. Try and make him stand on the dais.
I'm gonna have him go above it and then stand on it.
Perfect.
Go, Shadow Moby.
Shadow Moby drifts, hovers over without touching anything, and is in the space of vertically, directly above the dais. Nothing seems to happen. Can you point to a spot where he's making contact?
Everyone back up, please.
Wait, no, this way.
Okay. As you do that, and Shadow Moby touches, you see a pulse of runes alight exactly in the spot where he touched the dais that just ricochet outward, and you just hear a and you see the ballistae, all 4, draw magma. You hear the gurgling of climb up through the hollow pillars floor and fire a spray of magma all 4 directions, from this all the way across, 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 coating to some degree portions of the stonework where you were sitting. Roulette and Tobirama are eerily close, but the trajectory of them goes as far as covering the anvil and then just sits there as it magically soaks into the dais and anvil, disappearing entirely.
Can you send him again?
Wait, no, pause. Wait, the anvil disappeared?
The magma.
Fuck.
And Shadow Moby is
no longer visible.
That 1 HP didn't probably outlast the magma.
Make a dex save.
Can you bring him back, Jerry?
Yep.
Okay, well, I want us to send him one more time because maybe there's a recharge.
Go, do it.
Go, Shadow Moby, go.
You summon him again. He drifts over, touches.
Yeah.
Okay, could you work if we... Oh, this is so easy because now we can just keep experimenting with Shadow Moby.
Wait, Shadow Moby, touch the anvil this time.
Yeah, have him land on the anvil.
Thank you, Jerry.
He is summoned again. Floats over, puts his little invisible finger on the anvil. You see a pulse of runes from the anvil travel down the entire dais. Seamless rune work transitioning from the materials, but in the same cohesive pattern.
Fuck. Jerry, I will say I never gave a fuck about Shadow Moby until now, so this is nice.
Wait, so
You underestimated him.
For
sure.
far too long, I've underestimated this
Mhm.
magma bait.
DM, as I'm watching this, any notable difference between touching of the dais and touching of the anvil as far as triggering these magma super soakers?
Based on passive investigation or active, you saw no difference. Wherever the point of contact happened seemed to be where the runes started to alight before pulsing throughout the entire expanse.
I have a question. This clearly would belong to the Dwarf King, right?
Maybe.
Wear the crown
Wear the crown or the boots?
or all of it. Can Shadow Moby wear all of his stuff?
I have to say this. I'm not going to risk the boots on Shadow Moby to get them dissolved. If Roulette was wearing the boots and the crown and maybe the chest piece, maybe it wouldn't happen, but that's a huge risk. It's just a proposal. I think there has to be some kind of solution. So that's just, I'm trying to go to the puzzle of maybe they could be deactivated somehow.
Roulette, give me a history check. Above 10. I would say Roulette might suspect, you're not getting a lot of information from this, but might suspect there could be value to the indication that individuals might have had access to this thing. Whether it was a king, a specific person, or someone, like, it could be possible that whatever your circumstance was could possibly prevent this from triggering or could prevent the threat from occurring. In theory, it could be built for certain variables.
I feel like Roulette and Jiri lock eyes. I'm gonna take back out the piece of paper that I had Alfie draw on when he was transcribing the notes from the tomb, and I don't want to scroll up because I forget what it was. But
nope, I have it on a screen, so let me just pull it up. I need to go to the map layer to hit that.
Well, it's been 20 minutes. Maybe we should just go.
This is what Alfie had functionally gathered at the time.
Where did you gather that from?
So that was from the
left pathway.
The
where
left
tombs
pathway, the ornate grave.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Wait,
Oh.
yeah, Telpiran, you should go read the other tomb.
Oh, so that it looks like the tombs tell us who rested there. We've burned 3 of those bodies in the lava, but anyway, yes.
No, I mean, I was thinking about this, and it's I don't know if it's like adornments or if it's bloodline or if it's magical title granted to someone, but these runes aren't going away, and they're triggered by anything. And I'm just gonna pick up a rock and throw it over to the dais.
And as expected, as soon as it makes normal force impact on that, a pulse of runes and a showering of 4 jet streams of
What
lava,
if we grabbed one of this
drawing from an infinite pit of magma below?
What if we grabbed one of the dwarven corpses and tried to put it over there?
You have that circlet, right?
We have the crowns and all the circlets.
Telpiran, do me a favor, just float. Don't have it touch. Just float any one of those crowns over the dais.
I think the topaz one.
Something like this is going to be like a. You guys ever heard of the ancient technology called Bluetooth?
But I don't understand.
It would respond to something proximity based, I think.
Were these things dwarvish in the make, or did the devils put them on the skeletons to make them work?
I don't think they were magical. I think they happened to have them.
Telpiran, I think you might suspect they're of dwarvish make.
Everyone, I thought these were reanimating the skeletons and making them possessible by the demons. I'll do this.
I thought you just really wanted a crown for your horn.
No, I really thought that the devils were possessing the skeletons with the crowns. That's why I pulled off the crown of the king as my first move in that fight. So I will levitate.
And in this moment, you acknowledge now that oh, it might make sense if the dwarves were buried with some final valuable symbol of their regality or stature. So they are just ornamental, valuable pieces that were built by the dwarves.
So I'm gonna Kair the topaz circlet over, and I'm gonna tap it to the metal and then lift it up real quick. So just like, I just want to see if me tapping it will, and then I kind of want to try to save it, so that's why I'll levitate it up quickly if possible.
Dink.
Yeah. So I summon it back to my hand. That didn't work.
I'll say make a dexterity check.
Should I use it? Should it be intelligence because it's my.
Yeah, sleight of hand based on intelligence. That's the way we'll do this.
So it'll be a +3. 20, dirty 20.
Yeah, you are able to pull it free of the jet streams.
Don't touch them anymore, but just float it. I just cycle through them, float it over it. I want to see if there's any sort of reaction from the runes on the ground.
Okay. I'll go back with it, and I'll like hover it around, but I won't make contact.
Okay.
Try the diamond one, because that's the one that you ripped off our friend.
You want the big crown off the king?
I mean,
Sure. I'll Jerry.
Okay, hear me out. But what if we put the crown on my head and the boots on my feet, and I pretended to be the king, and we went over there? Maybe we could trick them. Roulette could draw me an outfit.
I don't think that this would be fooled by your persuasive efforts. I think it's more magical than that.
But that's pretty magical, right? Like if you had the outfit and the crown and the boots, that's like almost the person.
I'm gonna levitate the crown and hover it. I don't think it'll do anything. I think I'd have to tap.
I just hover. Can you try it?
I'll hover the big crown, or the king's crown, over the floor. I won't touch it at all, though. See if it reacts in any way.
You hover the large, more ornate, more valuable crown over in the vicinity. Roulette, make an investigation or arcana check. You are very confident you're not seeing any reaction to the vicinity of this crown.
Do you want me to tap it? It's the good crown, so we risk losing the good one.
Yeah, give it a tap.
Same thing as before. I'll tap it to the anvil and then levitate it up as much.
I am going to require a sleight of hand, intelligence, as you tap it, runes pulse, jet streams of magma.
6.
I will say it is affected. As soon as you pull it out, you see the obsidian untouched. The diamond isn't going to melt, but the crown itself, the gold work inlay, has definitely harmed the value of the crown. But the gemstone and the obsidian stone are still intact. Those are, magma's not going to immediately melt those. But you have functionally damaged and warped the metal, which is the gold, which is kind of dripping from it. Value of the crown is diminished, but the stone is intact.
Well, so
I still think I should wear the breastplate and the boots and the melted crown now.
Jerry, I'm not doing that. I don't know. I'm getting frustrated, so I'm backing. I don't know how to help. I've just damaged this crown. I thought it was going to work differently, so I didn't.
I'm going to give Roulette one straight intelligence check. Whether this is helpful or not, all you know from that experiment that just happened is one variable that clearly doesn't have to indicate anything is the king's stature and title of crown did not seem to protect that effect. So it's just one extra thing you crossed off your list of, okay, so it's not the king's crown.
How many, so I have this, and I show the dwarvish to Telperion. This guy, Godred, shattered something left hand of whoever the king was. Realistically, the king isn't going to be doing smithing himself. He'd have someone make his weapons for him. So if it's not the king, it would be whoever his second in command is. I don't know if we knew which one of those.
I was saying the whole time we should go get the corpse of the dwarves and put it on there. I think it's just dwarves can go on it. Shall I go? I'm just gonna go get one of the dwarves.
While you're at it, go read the other tomb.
Well, it's in the other
as
room.
well.
So how about you go get the corpse of the dwarf and I'll go read some dwarvish.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Roulette's going to be sitting there frantically doing math in her head.
I'm also realizing we're making a lot of ability checks. Toby, can you be helping us with these?
I sure could.
That would be great.
I will, Jiri, you can, although you're not a strong individual, you can, with awkwardness, get the body or one or more to this space over the next duration. Telperion, I'll go ahead and move you to this screen. Well, I'll move everyone to this screen.
I go in a dwarvish reading tear.
One of these. Go ahead and just, I'm going to hide Jiri. I'm going to activate Telperion.
I guess I would have asked if this room was trapped from when you guys were in here.
I think they could indicate that it was not.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and go in here. Go ahead and just like go to the tombs you're inspecting and see if you can read them.
Here.
This one seems to say Thani Lead Shield, First Blade.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I think I fucking burned the fucking smith.
Godred, left hand of the Kekaruda.
Okay, so if he was a politician or a warlord, well, probably not.
And that aligns with the one that Alfie had inscribed.
Check out this one.
Torg Maghorn Battle Reeve.
Battle Reeve doesn't sound like he'd be smithing.
Battle Reeve is something from Mega Man.
How do I get to this other area?
Functionally, it's like
a fork.
it was a fork, so you got to come out of here and back into here. But
Yeah.
Kremal Greystock Allsmith.
All right, I think we found what we're looking for. Kremal Greystock, and I look and it's empty, right?
It is empty.
Is there anything? Is there any gems along the coffin or the like? Anything
There does not seem to be.
Okay, Kremal Greystock. I'll be thorough and I'll read them all.
Okay.
Eulorda Warmane, Maesteress.
Okay, last one.
Tosan Thunderhead, right hand.
Thunderheat.
Okay, I go back. Can you leave? I want you to leave. And I will have scratched down things and I'll come back and tell them. I'm gonna yell at the thing. Kremal Greystock needs to use you, and I'll yell it in Dwarvish at the thing.
No apparent effect.
Well, I found out the Battle Reeve's name. Oh yeah, you got the bones, right, Jerry? All right, let's stand back and I'll levitate.
It was grosser than I thought.
All right, I'm gonna grab a rib from this dwarf corpse and I'm gonna levitate it over and drop it on the thing.
Let's go ahead and have you guys looted 4 and destroyed 2. I know which one is which. Go ahead and give me a 1d4 roll.
2.
This first body is set onto the dais.
I will say it was a
Absolutely
rib.
incinerated. Yep.
I just did a rib from it.
Oh, sure. That is absolutely incinerated.
Okay.
Impact.
All right, let's go grab 3 more ribs and try them out. And I go grab 3 ribs, and I come back,
Okay.
and I remember which rib was corresponding to which one. And I float all 3 ribs.
Which of 4? You've chosen number 2.
Let's say I'll do
Which
one
are
first.
you touch 1 to the thing.
3.
That rib is ignited, charred, and disintegrated.
Then,
3.
And then I do 3.
You touch 3 to it. Dink. Dink, dink.
I'll I'll go get the corpse of number 3. Lucky number 3! We didn't kill the smith. I don't know what this tells us. Wait, send Moby over there while I go.
Yeah, so keep the rib over there, and Jiri, if you could send Moby over just to tap and see what happens.
Okay, go grab that rib and then tap.
Well, no. Keep the rib on there.
I have the rib touching, and
Yeah.
I'll leave it touching.
I know, but if he touches the rib and touches the anvil at the same time.
Do that second. Have him just step down first, and then have him pick up the rib.
Because we're hoping we already deactivated it by using this rib.
Okay, fine.
Anyone can stand on it.
Shut him, Moby. Go stand on it.
Where's the rib?
I'm holding the rib to the dais, keeping it touched on
Okay.
there.
So it is tinking on it.
Yeah.
Moby goes and touches the rib or touches the ground.
We are telling him to touch the dais.
So Shadow Moby just goes over and sets on the ground. As soon as he makes contact, coating the rib and destroying Shadow Moby.
Give Shadow Moby a rib, and he's got to hold it this time, maybe.
I'm going to go, and I'm going to grab corpse number 3, bring it back, and then I will give Shadow Moby a rib and let him take that over there.
Okay.
And then hopefully stand on the dais.
You see a floating rib go over to the dais and touch down.
Roulette puts away the scroll of Wall of Stone, but keeps it readily active so she knows where it is.
Sure.
Roulette, take this FEMA and take a
Wait a
rib in your...
minute.
Yeah, put this rib in your pocket. No, put this, there's a phalange. And then I'm going to stick this FEMA down the back of your shirt. There you go.
I'm going to tuck in the bones. I am also going to tuck the end of the grappling hook into the back of my belt and have it attached to Alfie. I'm going to have Alfie really dig in his feet somewhere.
I can levitate you over.
I know, but I just need additional fail-safes in case someone needs to pull me back. We're going to orient...
I'm going to come over by you.
No. I want to orient this way.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be standing next to the thing. So I've got... This is the stupidest thing ever. I've got femur. I'm going to hold... No, I can't because I can't hold it because I need both hands. Yeah, I'm going to take 3 bones. Femur, tibia,
Phalange in your pocket.
phalange in my pocket. Can you, Jiri, can you have
Shadow Moby.
Shadow Moby just leave?
Okay, come back, Shadow Moby.
Shadow Moby and the rib that he's holding float back over to all of you.
Okay, and I take the rib and I put it in Roulette's hair.
Real Flintstones vibes.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
I'm going to be mentally preparing to lift you and yank you in case something goes horribly wrong.
I am preparing Alfie in case of emergency to yank me back as hard as possible.
Okay, I'll pull.
Jerry,
Elfie.
move. I don't want you right here, Jerry.
No, I'm gonna go with Elfie.
Yeah, stay over by Alfie. Telperion, do you want to go stand by Alfie just to pull me in the same direction?
Sure.
We don't need him.
I am going to take out my smith's tools, put them in my pockets. I'm going to take off the bag of holding and hand that back to someone. So, and my shield is off. The only thing I have functionally are my smith's tools and my flail.
Oh
With
yeah,
a
you should use
grappling
it on your
hook
flail.
around your belt / waist.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to prepare myself to run and jump over to the dais. Before I do that, I am going to first just pick up a rock and throw it over to the dais, just to purposefully re-trigger the stuff. And as I'm tossing it,
Which you do as soon as this stone makes impact over there.
and as I'm running the 10 feet to jump over, I say, gotta strike while the metal's hot. And I'm going to run and jump over.
No athletics check needed for you with a running jump. You can clear 12 feet, so you can land safely on the outskirt ring of this dais.
I have the bones on me. I ready Alfie to pull me back, and I gingerly step my toe onto the dais.
As soon as your foot makes contact, you do notice something that you didn't necessarily notice when Shadow Moby took the rib over. And as soon as your foot makes contact, there is a very dull increase in glow where your foot is making contact. The runes kind of alighting alongside your footprint, but no effect is triggered.
Roulette starts a timer in her head, and she pushes forward up to the anvil, assesses the space and everything. And the only second hesitation is she places her flail onto the anvil, readying Alfie to pull again. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens. You are firmly both feet on this space. You see your feet, just the outskirts of your feet, glowing with the runes, slow, subtle activation. And as you lay your flail against the metal head of this anvil, you also see runes responding to the normal force being applied right there. But it's just a soft, subtle glow around the area of contact. No effect is being triggered right now.
I press the button to loosen the slack on it a little bit. And I think very fondly back on Jokel and the few months that I had back in Forest Hollow, and I take out my Smith's Companions, and I am going to attempt to hone or strengthen or refortify this tool that Marta helped me build. I think on Marta, I think on Jokel, and I think of my daddy. And
So as part of that, these tools give you the ability to make this check with advantage, correct?
No, it gives me.
It's a bonus modifier.
It is I'm just going to read it real quick to make sure I'm thinking of this correctly, and it's not advantage. I gain a +1 bonus to ability checks made while using them, and if you have the ability to cast spells through these, the spells say that. No, yeah, that's fine. It's a +1 to ability checks made while using.
Okay, so it's a +1 to the check. I would like you to go ahead and make a smithing tool check. This, I'm curious, you're going to be able to use proficiency because you're proficient with smithing tools. I'm open to consideration for intelligence-based or dex-based. If this is truly just a work of smithcraft, makes me feel like dex, but if you have some kind of intellectual idea guiding your strikes, it could be intelligence-based.
This isn't, so I'm just going to describe it first and where we're left coming from. It's a flail with a weirdly shaped head, and it is not a sword. I'm not trying to just like pound it to get a sharper edge. I am trying to use my knowledge of how my flail hits to hit it in specific spots to make it more effective. So I think I'm describing both intelligence and dexterity, but I think
I do think I want that to be dex-based, but you will get proficiency and an additional +1. But I would like you to make that check.
And an additional +1.
I do an additional +1 for guidance. I do want you to also tell me, is your flail currently imbued with an infusion?
It is.
Which infusion specifically?
Radiant
is it just +1 weapon? Oh, radiant weapon. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So it is currently a magical weapon, I believe is what the infusion does.
Got it. Okay. I would like you to go ahead and make this check.
I believe it is. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it requires attunement, so I'm assuming it's magical. So it's +2, +3, +1, +1. So it's 5, 6, 7. Plus 7. Jesus, fuck. No, I'm done pleading. 13. 13. Sorry. Oh god, you knew this.
You hammer it. You hammer it again. You hammer it again. You hammer it again. You lose all sense of time. You continue to hammer away at this thing. You all are not sure how long Roulette is intending to work on whatever she's working. It's been 2 minutes now. She's been slapping this thing for 2 minutes. And Roulette, you are just very focused on what you're doing. Three minutes. 4.
I'm gonna start consistently patting Telperion on the back, hoping I can help her better, if need be.
I don't want to mess with it. I think
Not now, but if something goes wrong, essentially.
sure. Give us some
Unless
Can I-
anyone intervenes, some time's going to pass. What's going through Roulette's? What are you thinking about asking? It might
There
not
is
be
a-
going through Roulette's head, but it might.
There is a point in time where Roulette is like, something I'm doing is not working. I need to change tactics. And I don't know how to.
I think Roulette, with that mentality in mind, I think what you would actually think in this moment is, this isn't working. I should reevaluate, but I'm so close. You have this overriding desire to keep pushing. 10 minutes.
I want to try to physically exert myself to the point of exhaustion in how hard I hit. I don't normally hit hard. I go for smart, dexterous strikes. I want to try and push myself to the point of exhaustion, hitting harder, because I know this flail is strong enough to take my hits, so I want to try and hit harder.
30 minutes.
Wait, okay. At 20, I was thinking at 25, I was gonna check in. And I want to, while that's happening, I look at Toby and Jerry say, should I tap into her brain and talk to her and just check in and let her know where?
Sure.
I'm just worried, what if it's like starting to possess, like, I don't know how much time she needs to make it happen, but I'm wondering, like, what if she's like not able to stop? But I don't want to mess up her flow if I chime in and
You
interrupt.
could, what if you just send her a message of, if you can hear me, stop for a second and look back at us and then keep going?
Oh God.
We
Do
can
you think
also just say it out loud.
you think it would distract her or help her? I don't want to mess her up, but I don't want to. Why don't we wait another 10 minutes and see what happens, and then I might tap in.
Yeah.
Okay.
35 minutes. Still hammering away.
I'm going to strike while the metal's hot is stuck in my head. I am going to, there's going to be a very brief 6-second pause. I am going to cast Arcane Weapon at 2nd level, imbuing one of the Smith's Companion's hammers with fire.
Okay.
In an attempt to further assist or imbue. I know I need like heat to work this metal. Arcane Weapon 2nd level on the Smith's Companion super black hammer that Joe Kell gave me.
Okay. You do so. You continue to you feel like that was a successful venture. You were able to consciously conjure the spell and keep working, and you feel like, yeah, I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. 40 minutes. 45.
Roulette.
I'm gonna start. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to shout out. Roulette, can you hear us?
From behind you, Alfie just pokes you.
You do, for the record, Roulette, his audible does get into your mind, but you just don't think to respond.
No, and in response, like right after you say that, Alfie leans forward and just like tugs you and pulls you back and just like readies himself.
All right, let's give it a little more space. That's what she wants.
Do we want to go?
After
Scout.
1 hour. 1 hour completes. Roulette, I would like you to make one more smithing check.
No.
It would be plus 6.
What are you gonna ask? What are you gonna ask? I'm curious.
My initial question was going to be, so my dex is +2, my intelligence is +4. Could I have theoretically split the difference to get +3?
I would say sure
for that.
Okay.
So
this second effort is a combination of the two, so sure, +3.
So it's still just a +7
because my guidance is gone. Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time since your guidance.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's touch or
no,
what.
That's drop. That's
I'm
drop.
just saying you could use it again.
Oh, I think it's touch.
It is touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah. So it is still a +7.
For the record, once this started taking a long time, Telperion would have started trying to put on the breastplate.
Okay.
And he'd switch attunements from the cape to the breastplate.
Drop the cape. Okay, you begin the process of attuning. We'll say 30 minutes in.
Yeah, like 20. I think 20 minutes in.
Okay.
I'm gonna find out what this does. I promise I'm not gonna claim it all, Jerry.
19.
Hammer. It starts to heat. The mace starts to heat up in your hand. And you set it down. You kind of shake off your head. You're not sure, like,
I start
you didn't
patting
mean
everyone,
to.
making
You
sure
meant
we're all paying attention.
You meant to just like kind of tinker with that thing for a minute or two, and it must have been like 5 minutes. You didn't mean to get that far into this. Your mace head seems to be glowing hot.
I tuck away.
You gotta quench it.
I tuck away the smith's companions, my blacksmithing tools. I'm at the point where I'm like, I can't do anymore, regardless of wherever I am. I know I'm done working on this, right?
Yep. You do not feel compelled to continue.
Okay. I take the flail. I press the button to retract. I put it back on. Let me ask this first. I pick it up.
You pick it up.
Okay. I put it back on my my belt. I turn around and I say, I don't know, not much happening over here. Sorry for the couple of minutes.
Roulette, do you want to ride back?
That'd be nice.
I levitate Roulette and bring her back over. Once you step off the dais. Roulette, that was a little bit more than a few minutes.
Well, I was just hitting it for a couple of things, a couple of strikes. I didn't do too much. I don't know if it even did anything on there.
It was an hour.
It was what?
An hour. You okay? Have some water.
Can I get some water?
Here you go.
You have some water.
I'm
Also,
gonna gust it,
as a curiosity, did you have Radiant Weapon active in the previous fight? Because I don't think that was included in any of the damage you had been dealing.
So sorry, it's Radiant Infusion or something. It's not. It doesn't do any extra damage.
Okay, got it.
It's not.
It's got the blindness feature or whatever that is. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. No, that's all that does. And I never got melee hit. You fucking idiot. So.
Did you get hit at all?
No.
Your mace head has not stopped glowing. Now you've met up with your party. It's been a minute or so now. You would think that the metal would have at least dulled by now. It's just as hot or just as glowing bright.
You gotta put that out. It looks hot. Spray some water on it.
Give me the thing, and I'll have Jiri or Toby put some splash water onto it. Is it like steaming hot, or is it like hot to the touch, or?
As soon as the splash feature of the decanter is applied to it, like instantaneously boils, evaporates that water. So that's not enough water to cool it down functionally.
I like put my hand over it.
It's very fucking hot.
Is it like burning my side as it's on my side?
It's making your side uncomfortable. It's not setting your pants on fire.
Okay, maybe whatever I did. You said an hour?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. I know I'll look at it as we're going.
Why don't we
As you're in conversation, you feel like almost the same sensation of as if you had been concentrating on a spell and lost concentration. You just feel like a ping in your mind, like you just forgot something.
I desperately look back over to the dais because my first thought is, holy shit, did I leave something over there?
Nothing appears to
I
be
check my
over there that
pockets,
you
all my
left behind.
tools.
Checks behind your pockets, all your tools. You do notice on your chain flail, the little rune you inscribe on it to infuse it is gone.
Effectively dropping that infusion, I'm assuming. Oh, okay. Is the mace head still glowing?
It's starting to slowly dim back down.
Let's get out of here. Tell Piran I'll add this to the list of things I can look at tomorrow.
Your
my
flail?
it did something. I don't know what.
Let's investigate it as we walk, because we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
As we're-
Let's say, yeah. What were you guys gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say we should go straight back to Corey Tall, guys. I don't want to like this mountain sucks.
Wait, there's something we're forgetting. We didn't check out the cavern where the thing teleported away from. It was a tunnel. We could have gone in
No.
deeper.
It was the body of a.
You guys had
dragon.
explored, so it wasn't specifically brought up, but there was a portion of the spinal cord and into the tail structure that met up with a chunk of stone yet excavated. And it clearly seemed like the natural sedimentary igneous rock in this space had kind of so much pressure and heat was applied that part of the rock was turning into harder quartzite metamorphic rock that was like harder to excavate.
So
And
that's
thus
why
is
they
why
had
it's
went
very
together.
likely they had
Okay.
to try and go from a different direction to try and start making ground there.
Got it.
An incomplete excavation.
Tell Piran that's where I got this from. And I hold up the dragon
Okay,
bone.
I just want to make sure we went all the way. So we're going back up the mountain, meet with Alethea, tell her what we found, tell them.
Get along.
They never told us the pronouns. Tell them what we found.
She, they.
She, they. Excellent.
Yeah, let's get going.
Oh yeah, and we got to worry about you.
I am not making eye contact with anyone. I am just actively staring at my mace or my flail.
Over the next few hours, unless there's something from Jiri.
Oh, I was just gonna Gus Roulette cool her down. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
just
and, like
cool her
always give
down,
her
sure.
water and yeah.
Roulette, you do take a point of exhaustion
Okay.
from that endeavor. Although, in the next several hours, as you backtrack up the way you came, trying to get back to the den of Alethir themselves and the village of Inawe, you recognize why you felt that gap in your mind, like you had dropped concentration on something. And as you're checking all your things and examining the flail, it still holds the property of the infusion you put on it, but it's permanent.
Sick.
You are no longer infusing that item. It just is retaining the property. And as you all approach a large set of steps that graduate into more natural terrain, you crest back into Alethir's chamber.
What?
And that's where we will end the session.
Are you serious? We don't get to know.
What do you not get to know specifically that you're eager to
I
know?
wanted to talk to Alethir. It's been like 4 sessions.
Yep. Well, we'll save that conversation for kicking off the next one. But
Did I attune the armor?
You did have a chance to attune the armor, and you can add the Wormhide breastplate. Worm with a Y, the Wormhide breastplate. You noticeably feel the hot environment around you not as hot, not as uncomfortable. In addition to the fact that it is a improved breastplate.
I like that Roll20 announced that I was exhausted after I did it.
Oh.
It is functionally armor of fire resistance, having been crafted from the leather of an ancient dead dragon.
Critter, in the whole forgotten thing, does the attunement drop as well, or like
this seems to be a permanent property of the weapon now, no longer requiring attunement.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
You're not attuned.
I don't need to be. It's just a super weapon now.